York, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Don.
Sit you stink.
Hahn.
How about your nuts? Can I get some?
And Rosenberg.
He wanted me to jump up and make the jokey so the people go laugh time. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Not for nothing, I might have a favorite open. Because the laugh time is one of the funniest things that's been said on this show since we started a year ago.
We like it when Peter goes jokey.
That was superb. That was fun. I don't usually like to go here because I'm a humble man on a humble show. But, boy, I felt like I was listening to our show from yesterday all day today. Because it was almost like we were on Giannis way before anybody else kind of figured it out. You know, so and there's been new stuff. Obviously, Giannis got hurt last night. He's going to be out because of the calf.
Amazing timing, 2 to 4 weeks. It's unreal how that all went.
It
down.
is, and is this a precursor to an Achilles? Is it something Knicks fans have to be concerned about? All that, but all the things that have been discussed, and rightly so, by all the shows today and all the conversation on social media, it did feel like we had covered it yesterday. But I think the injury does bring up a little something to talk about. We've got baseball. We've got other basketball. We've got hockey to get into. It's That Guy Thursday. We've got ENN. We're taking up the Rangers Senators. So there's a lot to discuss. But Giannis is Giannisson, man. There's a lot to this. And I think Knicks fans, to me, Alan, need to kind of embrace the madness that is them being in the catbird seat. I still feel like listening to the shows today, I don't know if I want Giannis. They're kind of just negative about it. Even the morning show, Ray Santiago produces Nick Gain. I'm not really sure. Dude, just sit back, man. I think you're in control of this. I'm not worried about other teams swooping in. I'm not worried about him deciding to stay with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Am I wrong to feel like the Knicks are in really great shape and they shouldn't do anything desperate and they shouldn't flip out? They've got a really good basketball team that can go pretty far this year as is. And then in the offseason, you address Giannis. I think he's going to be here. Just be patient. Both of them, Giannis and the Knicks.
It's almost like the basketball gods did something last night to put a pause button on something. Incredible. So during the game is when I got the alert, and I said to myself, are you kidding me? And then first, of course, like you said, you think the worst, and you think Achilles, and oh, my God, like that's devastating. It's terrible. But now they got the MRI, and it's clear. They say, no, it is the calf. He has had these before, too. In fact, 2 years ago, it's what knocked him out of the playoffs. He didn't finish the season. He didn't play in the playoffs that year, or he tried to, whatever it was. But so that right there puts a pause button now on everything. They wouldn't be able to make any moves until, and I said this yesterday, December 15th is the unofficial start of the NBA trade season because it's when every contract in the league now is tradable. Mm-hmm. But I never saw a market for anyone else because the word all along has been this is where he wants to be. He wants to come to New York and play in New York. He wants to play at the Garden. There's something about the legacy of it and all that stuff. So the Knicks are not in a place right now to be able to make a trade that wouldn't, it'd be really hard to do because anything you come up with, and ESPN, Kevin Pelton on ESPN.com put together trade ideas, like how would it work? And the offer that he has to the Bucks, it doesn't make sense for the Bucks. So you're trading away an MVP candidate, a megastar. You're not getting him for a bunch of swap first-round picks that can turn into seconds and all that other stuff. It's not happening. So you have to get other teams involved, which is very difficult to do, as I said yesterday. With that in mind, the pause button is now hit on this thing because he's injured. Teams are going to now want to see how he comes back from it. Is there, like you said, there's been this gateway to the Achilles injury that has to do with calf injuries. We've seen it. There's a lot of calf strains happening right now in the NBA as well. So I just think this now has made a story that got hot yesterday. It has put a wet blanket on it, and we can now just sit back and, let the season move on without this hovering, at least for the next month. But when he comes back in January, if he's playing fine, and he still is starting to grumble about wanting to get out. February 5th is a trade deadline, and that's where the talks begin. I just think, like you said, Don, and I said yesterday, his only way of advancing the cause and getting out sooner rather than later is another team emerges as a legit possibility for him, a team that he would say, I'd go there, because he's going to control this. And I don't think there's another team. Well, people have thrown out the Spurs. I don't know if that's a real thing. So that's why there's a lot. Right now, there's a lot of speculation and a lot of fantasy going on. The reality is the Knicks aren't making a trade for him right now. And Giannis, with this injury now, is not going to be traded anytime soon.
And can I say, I think that from the standpoint of this thing going away for a while, I think it actually affects the Knicks most positively. I mean, the Bucks can't stop thinking about this. This is going to hang over them no matter what. The Knicks have a real chance to do something this year, and you have role players on this team who don't want to think about, am I going to be packaged up? And all, you want everybody who's there to be dialed in on what this team is doing right now. So this going away, I think, is a positive thing for the Knicks.
Oh, without question. And the other thing, too, but it's not going to go away because, let's face it, the NBA's got a regular season problem. There's not a lot of compelling basketball. The Thunder are running away with things in the West, all right? Sorry, the Pistons aren't really moving the needle right now. This isn't the old days of the Detroit Pistons. And that's why you have a cup in the NBA, to kind of spice up the regular season, especially around now when we're getting close to the holidays. So NBA people, to try to stay relevant, are going to continue to bring this up. Plus, it's going to be brought up by the camp of Giannis because he needs to create leverage.
Right.
And I heard Michael talking about this today in relation to baseball. And Peter heard this a lot when we did the K Show together. It's a ridiculous rule in the CBA, Major League Baseball, that a general manager can't flat out say, I'm not interested in a free agent, because it can drive the price of the free agent down. So they've got to say things like, well, we've got too many outfielders, like Cashman said when Bryce Harper was available. What Cashman was saying is, we don't want Bryce Harper. He's not allowed to say that. So what happens is Bryce Harper's camp will plant seeds that say the Yankees are interested in Harper to drive the price up. Like, the same thing can happen from Giannis's camp. I'm going to plant seeds that maybe Giannis is thinking of going someplace else. Maybe he'd go play for the Heat. Get the Knicks nervous that he might go someplace else and drive the price up. The Knicks got to annoy that noise. Just ignore that noise. It's all BS. Just hang back, man. Let everybody play their reindeer games, and then when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Don't all of a sudden buy into rushing a deal because you're afraid of some fugazi team that's going to creep up and steal him away from you.
Now, one cautionary tale is Donovan Mitchell, because Donovan Mitchell in Utah wanted to be a Knick, wanted to come to New York, home. That's where it's home for him. This was his dream. And the Knicks were in talks with Utah to make a deal, and they weren't willing to go the distance that Utah wanted them to go. I remember this because I went on with you guys and lost my mind because I thought, how do you pass on a player like this? And he ended up going to Cleveland because Cleveland threw a Hail Mary. Just, it's one of those, the heck with it. I'm calling her. I'm going to see if she'll go out with me. If she hangs up on me and says no, at least I shot my shot. And Utah made the deal. And Donovan said, "Fine, I'll go to Cleveland." And that's where he is now. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind in the back of your mind. I go back, as I told everybody, and you remember, I was a beat writer. I covered when Carmelo Anthony was with Denver. I was, again, right on the front line of that whole thing from start to finish, along with the other guys on the beat. It was a very competitive run to see who was going to get that story. But I remember it all along that the Brooklyn Nets got in, and it was Mikhail Prokhorov, you remember, who was the owner. And they kept pushing and pushing. And Prokhorov, when it was over with, said he knew Melo was never coming. All he wanted to do was drive the price up to make the Knicks have to pay a ton more because of his presence and their fear that he might just go to Brooklyn because all he wanted to do was come to New York. And so that was a big part of this, is the Knicks didn't know. Was Brooklyn really serious or not? Did Brooklyn really think they could get him? And then Melo said years later, I was never going to Brooklyn. But he wanted to get the deal done earlier rather than later because there was a lockout coming, and it did come at the end of that season. And he knew contracts would be different and an extension would be less for him and all that stuff. So he needed that deal to happen at the trade deadline rather than in the summer because he knew he'd have to wait for the next contract because of the new CBA. And so that all the business that was going on, the Knicks were in a place. Donnie Walsh was the president of basketball operations, and he was in a place of like, I don't want to do this in the middle of a season to blow up my roster, but I also know this guy could go somewhere else, and that's going to cost me my job. So that's the stuff you have to watch right now is does Giannis, really his agents, do they try to play that same, like you call them, Donnie, reindeer games and force the Knicks into something? But at least for now, I don't think we're going to have any more chatter until he gets healthy.
Right, so that's what, 2 to 4 weeks now. So
Yeah,
now,
well, after the holidays, like I
right,
said.
so now it's after that. We're already into January. So
Yep.
we were just talking yesterday about him, not wanting to get hurt, him having to play meaningless games. Well, guess what? There might be a month of him not playing at all.
At all,
And by the
right.
time we get to January, who knows? Maybe they're still hanging around and there'll be a reason to play. Or, all he has to do is kind of hold his nose for, 3.5 months and the season's going to be over and get it done. But there's a lot of different things here at play here, all right? Donovan Mitchell's not Giannis. Leon Rose isn't in jeopardy of losing his job. There is no lockout or strike looming. There's a lot of things working to the Knicks' advantage here, guys. Get your head out of the hole. Oh, the Knicks, nobody wants to play for them. Dolan's evil. Nothing goes our way. We're run by a bunch of hacks. No, you're run well. The Knicks have become a destination. Giannis wants to play there. Don't buy into it, man. Don't listen either the Carmelo Anthony stuff and all the other things. Yeah, they're comparable. Yeah, I guess there's cautionary tales there, but this just feels different. I still believe that they are in charge of this whole thing.
I think you're absolutely right. I really do. I think you're absolutely right, and they know it. And so this is now where you just stare it down and let the process play out. I've said this. I believe it. I think at some point he's going to be a Knick. Not because it's the Knicks and all that stuff. It's because this is what he's wanted. And so let's see. Is he willing to wait until the right time? Because I think the Knicks are. I don't think the Knicks are in any hurry. In August, they had an opportunity to do it. They had a conversation with the Cavs. It didn't go anywhere. I mean, the Cavs with the Bucks.
The Bucks.
They had a conversation. It didn't really go anywhere, but they kicked around some things, and it was like, all right, you're not really serious. We're not really serious. But I think we're just going to stick to things right now. So I just feel like that's how this is going to go unless, and I said this is the caveat, unless Giannis just gets impatient and says, forget it, I'll go play here then because I just want to get out of Milwaukee. And if the Knicks aren't ready now, I don't have the time to wait. I can make it work somewhere else. I said this yesterday, that's the leverage play. What is that team going to be? You're already here in Spurs. I don't know why he'd go from one small market to another. I think he wants a big market for business stuff, the same reason why Melo wanted to come to New York. It was a lot about basketball, but it was also about something bigger. And how's it working out for Melo now in his retirement, by the way? Coming to New York was the best thing that ever happened to him. Even if he didn't win a championship, it was the best thing that ever happened to Carmelo Anthony. So this will play out. But we can put a bow on it, I think, for now. We can put it back in the box and put it away. And probably after the holidays or so, it'll come up again once he gets back on the court.
Now, are you worried before we put a close on it that there could be a possible Achilles in his future?
Of course, especially because he's going to be 31 in a couple of days. And this is a thing in the NBA, as we know. We've seen it with young players now. It happened to Lillard last year. It happened to Halliburton last year. Several players now have been dealing with this. This is nothing new. Kevin Durant, it cost him a whole year. So those are things that you have to also worry about. He's had 2 calf issues. This is the second one now, a calf strain. But the MRI, according to the reports in Milwaukee, they got an MRI immediately after the game. And it confirmed there's no Achilles damage. It's just the calf muscle. But boy, when you watch that highlight, man, he takes an awkward step, and it felt, when the Achilles is usually looks like somebody hit you, like kicked you in the calf, but there's nobody there. That's what he looked like. He turned around and looked, and then he went down, and the look on his face made it feel like he was thinking that first. But they're saying it's not. So, but of course you're concerned.
It's the worst spot, too, these things, because when you start building towards it, and you're like, oh, it's happening. You almost wish, could I just get out of the way? Like, am I going to have this year-long injury in my future at some point? Am I going to keep having to nurse this? Or
it's like Tommy John. It's the Tommy John of basketball, it seems, right?
It's becoming that way. It's a crazy thing. And it's almost like you could bet on it. And if you were going to bet on it, I'd say you do it at FanDuel, you know? Because every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel. Because with FanDuel's Thursday Countdown Jackpot,
nicely done,
you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each week. So to get in on this Thursday's action, and it's a doozy of a game tonight, we're going to spend a lot of time on that today. All you have to do is place an anytime touchdown scorer bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last TD of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Peter to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/Peter for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 and over, physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last pick. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Now, guys, I have noticed there's some chatter on the chat about my background. Yeah.
Yes.
So
are you at the
Anthony,
Louvre? Where are you?
Anthony, do me a favor. Give me the solo again. Is there a solo wide or it's only the solo narrow? It's the only way to do it is like that.
This would be the only way right now.
So I'm going to try to lift up the camera and show you. Let me see.
Excuse me? Oh.
I'm not at Art Basel,
Right.
Just
but
make sure it's
this is a beautiful painting
Oh, I know
of
that.
Biggie.
It was all
And
a
it just-
dream.
And but the way that our camera, the way the angle sort of is working here, that's why you're only seeing basically me and his crotch.
Not
But
ideal.
it's a very artistic crotch.
Thank you. And so is the shot of my forehead right now. How's this?
Yeah, oh my God.
Oh yeah, no, that's what you dream about. That's nightmares.
Now remind me, guys.
Go ahead.
Halliburton had the calf before the Achilles went, correct?
Yes.
And
He was nursing a calf.
Yeah, he was. So was
what was the talk when they checked the calf out? That Achilles is inevitable, or was it the same kind of thing that we're hearing from Giannis? I'm trying to remember because nobody was surprised when Halliburton's Achilles went. But
Same with KD.
But I'm just trying to see were the vibes the same around KD and Halliburton that are around
KD
Giannis?
for sure.
It
for
was
KD, I remember it distinctly leading into that final that everyone was worried the Achilles could go at any
They thought
time,
it would- yeah.
and when it did, it was like, oh, there it is.
it was a sore calf for Halliburton in the finals. Then it became a calf strain. Re-aggravated it in Game 6 when he came back, and then Game 7, he wanted to play, and that boom.
I don't want to be melodramatic. Do you think, and Alan, you could tell me I'm seeing this completely backwards. I've always said Giannis is like the most dominating player in the league, and he's also not my favorite kind of player to watch. It's all explosiveness. It's all blowing by you and jamming it, cutting through the paint.
Yeah.
Explosiveness. Is there a world in which, at this stage and age, his Achilles recovery and how it could change him might be more damaging than for a jump shooting player like Kevin Durant or Tyrese Halliburton?
Oh, that's the part you really do worry about is the guys who they rely so much on athleticism. That's what you worry about because, does it take away from the athleticism? Now,
because KD didn't lose that much. KD's a shooter. He didn't lose a whole ton.
Unreal, yes, unreal shooter. And so,
but Giannis can't shoot. Giannis got a jam on you.
Yeah,
it's a different
not
kind of
only
game.
that, he's got to have the ability to get down the court with 2 strides and go. Like, there's a lot there. No, there's a lot there.
A lot.
Remember, Tatum didn't have a calf strain. Tatum had just popped against the Knicks. Like, that was just a bad step. I don't think there was a warning ahead of time for him. That thing just popped. So I don't know. It's the NBA now. It's the way they play. There's a lot of stop and go. But I do what you said, though. That is something you have to all. And if you're the Knicks, these are all things now you got to think about. Oh, am I getting damaged goods now? Because now I would almost want to say I can get them for cheaper, right? I can get them for less. because you're giving me now somebody that's a little bit damaged, a little more damage, or a little concern about the damage. It's like Tanaka. Remember when Masahiro Tanaka had the elbow?
Yes.
It wasn't the UCL wasn't completely popped, and they said he could keep pitching with it, but you felt like it was a ticking time bomb. He ended up being able to pitch, but he wasn't the exact same after that. So those are all things that are on the table, which is why, like I said, I thought this is the perfect time. We did a lot yesterday. We talk about it here at the top of the show to just because there was more news off last night. And I really do think we put this thing now in a box and put it away. I don't think this is a topic. I don't think it should be something people talk about in the NBA until he comes back and proves he's healthy again.
Well, I got something for you that just Anthony just shot over to us that certainly relates to our teams here. From Schefter, the NFL and the NFLPA have agreed to a new model for selecting playing surfaces in stadiums, one that will require teams to choose from an approved set of manufacturers and styles for both natural and synthetic fields. Now, besides the first thought I have, which is, wow, what a racket. What's the process of these companies being the approved one? Besides that built-in racket.
Yeah, it's like getting a government contract.
It's getting
right?
a government contract.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Besides getting the contract for that, you just wonder how quickly this could affect New York
MetLife.
And MetLife.
Well,
or
what if one of the companies?
Buildings?
Well, think about it. This is a great thing to get into. What if one of the companies is the one that they've already used? And they say, "Oh, we already have it because they're an approved turf." But what they're saying though is they will allow synthetic.
Yes, synthetic or grass.
Yeah, which again, I don't know if football is supposed to be played on synthetic, man. Have we not learned enough over the years?
Well, it really doesn't feel like it is.
I wish there was an investigation on why the grass at MetLife or Giant Stadium back in the day was so awful. When you have a stadium, I don't even know what they call it anymore, the Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. I know it's a new one.
Acrisure,
whatever.
Sure. I think.
It is, I think that's, you shave your butt cream or something like that. I don't know what it is.
Sorry?
Sure. I'm sure there's cream for that. They're able to have grass, and the Panthers play on that college football. Maybe it's not the exact same amount of games, and they've got bad weather, right? They've got freezing cold temperatures. It rains in Pittsburgh. They don't have a dome. They've been able to figure it out. Arizona's able to have grass in that tray. You can't figure out a way to – I just think that my little conspiracy theory is that the Jets and the Giants paid for MetLife Stadium, and their reward for paying for it and not taking taxpayers' money was a Super Bowl. And it was also, we'll leave you alone, let you guys do what you want to do. And now you've got players going down. It's a major problem. The Jets and Giants should be getting out in front of this because it could end up being not just the fact that they stink, but they play on a surface where guys are getting Achilles and ACLs and MCLs all the time, that they should be the front runners to try to change this so they can attract free agents. They've got to do something about the turf. Now, I'm not a scientist. I don't know if it's just coincidence or whatever, but you have players talking about that turf as being pure evil. And why did it take so long for the NFL to get involved? Oh, I know why. Because they've got the Players Association completely under their thumb. But do they want players not wanting to go to New York, of all places, because the turf is so bad? And when they and a Giant Stadium, and they were painting that green, I would walk on it. It was an absolute embarrassment. But there's got to be some way to be able to have grass at MetLife Stadium.
Not to wet blanket this at all, but
why not?
Teams that are planning on replacing their surfaces for the 2026 season, the policy will apply. But teams that aren't, you have to be compliant by 2028.
No, it's not nothing.
Doesn't mean that the Giants and Jets are going to change it tomorrow.
It could be a lot more ACLs, though.
No, it could be, but we could be 2 years away from here. But why aren't the Jets and Giants getting out in front of this? Why are their arms being twisted to do anything? I mean, come on, you print money, don't you? Right?
Did you say that? So maybe I forgot. Giant Stadium, the old Meadowlands one.
Yes.
That had grass in the beginning?
Oh, yeah. Not the beginning. No, it had turf in the beginning.
Right.
Then they decided to go to grass for a few years, and it was an embarrassment.
It was just dirt.
So I can't remember the year. Anthony could probably look it up. I think it was 2003. So that's how far back we're going. When they honored the sack exchange, and I did the ceremony. So I had to walk to center to the 50-yard line to do the ceremony. and they were playing the Broncos, and it was like a minefield. It was disgusting, and the grass, it was painted green. Remember when the Giants won the championship game against the Vikings, and I went on the field and I actually collected some of the grass and put it in a sandwich bag, and had confetti in it and everything, and then I left it in the drawer, and then when I got married, moved into my house, my mom called and said, "I threw your pot away." I said, "What are you talking about?" I found your bag of grass.
I love this story.
I said, because I forgot it was there, because I thought, I'll grab the turf from the Giants championship win over the Vikings. But I'm like, Mom, I know you're not that hip to the drug culture, but who smokes pot with confetti? What kind of drug is that? So we're talking early 2000s. I don't remember how many years. It was probably about 4 or 5 years that they played on a grass surface, and it was an embarrassment.
Wow, you brought
you
back.
Don't remember?
I know it just slipped my mind.
Well, Peter, you kind of go through it. You went through it too for a time with the painted green surface.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Over at the FedEx Field or whatever they call it now.
I don't know how much better it is. I mean, you guys know the history of people who have. I mean, Jesus, Alex Smith nearly died on the field at FedEx Field. I mean, there have been a lot of bad injuries.
So it was 3
another,
years.
So.
I'm sorry, Peter. It was 3 years.
No.
And it was Don, you're talking about the grass trays that they used?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
so it was what 2000 to 2003, something
correct.
like that, right?
Yeah, that's exactly when it was, and they went back to the field turf, and it just never – they've never been able to figure it out.
Well, we've pivoted to football here. There's a playoff game tonight, guys. Tonight is a playoff game in Detroit between the Lions and the Cowboys. And it's really the start right now. This week 14, we're not even through the first week of December, although it's freezing cold outside, that the playoffs start tonight. It's Don, Hahn, Rosenberg. We're hanging out with you until 6:30. We've got a That Guy Thursday at 4:30. We've got E&N coming up at 6, and then we'll hand it off to the Rangers and the Senators from Ottawa on ESPN New York.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Already a pretty bad ride out there on the roads. BQE eastbound, crawling toward the Brooklyn Bridge. Broken down tractor-trailer in the left lane by Atlantic Avenue. He's been out there for a while. Solid there from the Belt Merge. Not moving much on the Bruckner eastbound. A big crash right after the Bronx River Parkway, blocking 2 lanes. Stop there from before the Sheridan. Worst ride to the outbound George Deegan northbound. A crash in the left lane by Yankee Stadium. That is you jam from the Triborough heading over to the Cross Bronx. Inbound George, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Still have some afternoon road work on the span. Outbound Lincoln already about 5 to 10. Outbound Holland ready 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just one day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager. Hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees, and it should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Included with every tire purchase with paid installation, you'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's a limited lifetime tire guarantee only at Midas.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas.
Charlie time. It's Tully time.
The Rangers are in Ottawa to take on the Senators. Coverage right here on ESPN New York will get underway at 6:30 right after us. The Islanders will take on the best team in the NHL, the Colorado Avalanche. And when these two teams hooked up in Denver about a month ago, the Islanders almost beat them. That game's going to be at 7. And the Nets, don't look now, they've won 2 in a row. They blew out the Bulls last night in Chicago. Well, they're going to be taking on the Jazz in Brooklyn at 7:30. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So the Nets have not been embarrassing. I remember the conversation on the morning show. What had a better chance of happening? What's the 73 is the record for wins in the NBA? The Warriors beat the Bulls out a couple of years ago. So the question was, what's the better chance? The Thunder winning 74 games or the Nets winning 11 or under? And I think they've blown that out of the water now with this little winning streak.
They're well coached. It's not a good roster.
No,
but they are very well coached.
I'm not going to sit there and say that they're going to be a play-in team. I'm just saying that.
Chicago had been playing well this season. They got a ton of injuries now, but it's Jordy Fernandez and company. They needed to get a couple of wins like that. But that front office, there's a lot of. They got to reconsider a lot of things in Brooklyn right now. Not a good roster.
But. If you're a Net fan, you got excited. They blew them out. I mean, they were they win by 10. I think they were up by like 16 at one point in the second half.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. So, anybody dabbling tonight? Lions playing host to the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm thinking about it, but I got burned. I got burned by the Lions on Thanksgiving. I'm a little hesitate. I got hesitate. How do they lose another game at home though? Right, Peter? What are you thinking?
So here's what I'm thinking. I'll just be honest and transparent. We'll keep it a buck with everyone.
That's what we like to do here.
Yeah.
The second you hear the game and you see the line, you go, "Ooh, Dallas is hot. Mm-hmm. Dallas is hot." I tend to think, and that's how I felt, I tend to think the sucker's pick is Dallas. And in this case, the smarter play is Detroit rights the ship and beats them at home. That to me is the smarter football play.
That's what it feels like. But
the hook.
But
damn it.
But
I mean, can you see a world in which Dallas just keeps rolling and scoring? Yeah, I can. Sure, I can. But you certainly like Dallas more at home than on the road. So I'm thinking about it. But either way,
if I had to pick it,
go ahead.
Okay,
I would pick Detroit. But because of my stupid self-imposed post, it's got to be a 3-point play because it's a Thursday. The little games I play, the little Tonka truck that I have on myself.
Your reindeer games, sure.
Well, I purposely didn't say that because I used it in the last segment, Peter. You've kept me on track.
That's a bingo card.
You are my moral compass when it comes to being repetitive.
But that's a bingo card phrase for us on the show, right? Reindeer games?
Oh, yeah, it's big. Right? That's
I don't
well,
think
and remember, Alan already referenced today him being a beat reporter. So you've already had a couple of drinks early on in the show. He had a beat writer line earlier.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that was one either.
What? In the DHR drinking game?
Referencing my resume? Letting
Yes,
people know who I
not
am?
resume. No, not resume. Only either I was a beat writer or I was an NHL beat writer. If either of those, Anthony, Jacob, you guys both agree, right? That's
I
it?
didn't realize that.
That's absolutely it.
All right.
But
Yeah, I'd say it comes up quite a bit. I'd say 4 to 5 times a week.
But here's the thing, is that's not because of ego. That's because of a lack of ego. Like,
no, it's because of his,
he thinks
it's
there are
also because of his
people that
life.
don't know his history.
Yeah,
Like-
respectfully, Don, it can't be about ego. I know that everyone puts the NHL beat writers on quite a pedestal, but I don't think it's as big a flex.
Nobody
he doesn't
does
mean
that.
it's a
Nobody
flex.
does that. Nobody
It's
does
his
that.
life.
No, but he's not showing off.
I
that
used to
was
cover
a
the
beat
Islanders
reporter.
in print, you know. Ladies.
No, the whole beat reporter thing, not the NHL one. No, because honestly, I think it's necessary for him to say that he covered the NHL because it was like 20 years ago, and the audience doesn't know.
Right.
Totally.
But I think
who's this moron talking hockey? What does he know about hockey? Right.
So
That's,
then
you're gonna get that.
I think that's necessary. But with the beat reporter stuff, I think that he really believes that people don't know that he covered the Knicks. And I think people are well aware that he covers the Knicks. He doesn't have to do that anymore. So I'm not talking about the NHL side of it. I think that's actually necessary because people don't know. It was literally 20 years ago. But the Knicks stuff, the Knicks stuff, he's that people are aware.
Thanks, Don.
I think so.
Now all I'm waiting for now is blood in the sand later on in the show.
Blood in the ground, by the way, Jake.
Same.
See, look, Jake's feeling it today, right? He's jumping on
well,
the
he's not
mic.
feeling it because if he was feeling it, he would have the quote accurate. Blood in the ground. Sand.
Blood in the sand. What's sand?
Blood in the sand. What is this?
What are we playing? Beach volleyball?
No one so far, by the way, has made the board yet. Like, we know that there's blood in the ground. We know it's so with the Commanders, we know that there's Don has a few. You got Surcom, of course. I don't know how often that's happening.
I'm getting better, thanks to you.
Maybe we should include Don just repeating the story that we all know and love. Because the one earlier, he dropped a gem. The Giant Stadium field being confused as weed.
I love that.
That's a classic.
But Alan didn't know it.
I don't remember it.
Well, there are new listeners every day.
Well, that's why I do it.
I'm not a new listener. You know what, though? I need Graphics Joker, though, to make a character named Surcom.
Cool, man. I kind of. The first thing that
really
pops
want to
into
see
my
that?
mind is the Michelin Man. I don't know
who pops into my mind is Peter North.
Well,
I just think it's someone that has to have a hat that rolls up.
Definitely a hat.
You mean a Jimmy hat?
Right. Yeah, of course. There has to be some sort of protection.
Graphics
right?
Joker, get on that. We need to see it.
Get on this board, man. But listen, you don't think after what was it, 22 years with Michael, I didn't hear the same story 12, 13 times?
Now you know what you're doing.
But you're calling attention to it, and
you're
being bad.
You're right now being Alan Hahn. You're defending something that doesn't need defending. This is just what the game is. It's not about right or wrong or bad. It's about the charm of the show. There's no negative connotation to anyone checking the box. If anything, I'm probably the most looked down on by people for mine. Like the Commanders one, people think it makes me a terrible human being and broadcaster, as if Chris Mad Dog Russo didn't mention the Giants for 25 years on the radio.
Nauseating, yes.
But
right about that.
But I don't think any of these things are insulting things. I think they're the things that make us who we are. It is, you want the blood in the ground. It's these things. These are the things that make it the show. And by the time we get to next Friday, we should be playing this game as a drinking game live in front of the people. So I hope someone makes the board.
So we weren't making up tonight being a playoff game because, Alan, you had them in front of you. What is it? 44% chance to make the playoffs for Detroit.
For the Lions. The Lions are at 44%
which is
right
under
now
50%
currently.
for a perennial playoff team that fancies itself as a championship caliber team. Being under 50% to make the playoffs on December 4th is not good.
No. They've taken that proverbial step back, right, after peaking.
Without question.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys right now are at 18%.
Right.
And what are the odds for the loser tonight of tonight's game?
So, and again, this is ESPN Analytics. With a loss, the Lions' chance to reach the playoffs goes from 44% down to 23%.
Under 25% if they lose. So
Yeah.
effectively.
Well, again, look at their division.
So you're in miracle territory. Like, it could happen, but it's like a giant lead in the fourth quarter. Like, it's, where they have a 98% chance of winning the game and don't. Like, if you're sitting at 23% to make the playoffs, you're gonna need some breaks.
Well, if you're Dallas, it gets desperate. Because Dallas, with a loss, goes from 18% down to 8%. So that's life support.
So that's
or
why
worse.
we're saying, not literally, but certainly close to it, that the loser of this game is pretty much done.
No, it's going to feel, the vibe of it is going to feel fully playoff game. The Cowboys would go to 7-5-1, which, by the way, with the Eagles sitting at 8-4, puts the Cowboys in position to fight for wild card and division, right?
Because they still play them again, correct?
And they still play again.
Right.
So it's massive. This is a massive game. And if you're Detroit, Don, you're dealing with the Packers at 8-3, plus the Bears being at 9-3. This is going to feel. This is the best Thursday nighter in some time. Like, this is as excited as I've been every time I've remembered. Like, I'm not Dave Rothenberg. I don't, as much as I love football, I'm not 12 anymore. I don't strip down just when I know football's on the TV. A lot is happening in life, okay? This is a game that every time I remember, I'm like, oh my God, it's Thanksgiving for the second Thursday in a row, except we get Detroit and Dallas in the same game. Has this ever happened, by the way? Has there ever been a 1 week after Thanksgiving they play each other?
On a Thursday.
On a Thursday. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, the Cowboys.
Al Michaels might be awake for this one.
What are you feeling though, Peter? The more we're talking about it, and the more I'm thinking I might partake. And it has to be a 3, right? It's got to be a 3.
Well, no. I don't partake in
it. Don, I thought that was the rule.
I'll make fun of you, but I'm the only one that absolutely has to make it a 3. You can do what you want. I will just make fun of you for being gutless. But if you can fight through that, by all means, make it a 1 or a 2.
Okay, then.
Okay. So you don't have to.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I have a little more research.
I'm itching. Now, we don't have to make this interesting because this game is interesting.
Yeah.
But sometimes when it's really interesting, you don't mind, putting a cherry on top of it having even more fun with it.
And there's so much. It's like it's calling to you. I'm like the siren song right now is just drawing me into shore. So I'm.
The thing is, Detroit, I really do think is the smart play, but the momentum as a fan when you've been watching TV feels so Dallas.
This is a terrific game, and we really haven't had a compelling game probably since Black Friday, because that was compelling. Bears Eagles.
Yeah.
Because
you mean compelling in terms of repercussions?
Yeah, because the Bronco Commander game was compelling, but the Commanders are out of it.
Yeah.
The Ravens-Bengals was compelling, but Cincinnati's pretty much out
It's
of
two
it.
teams that have something at stake. Yeah.
The Monday night game had one of the best teams in football against one of the worst teams in football. So, it's been since last Friday. So to get a Thursday, which usually that's why we make fun of Thursday. Thursday is usually, we're hyping up Texas.
I will tell you one thing. Hold on, watch.
Oh,
it smells like Sunday at 4:25. That's what this smells like.
That's right. Or this has been flexed to the Sunday night game.
Did the Lions not having St. Brown possibly do anything for you guys?
It doesn't make you feel great.
Is he officially out?
Schefter says that the report is that it's more realistic that he'd be back next week, but if anybody could come back before that, it's him. So you don't have the guarantee if you make this pick that you're going to have St. Brown, unless before the show is over, we find out.
You know what? That's a good producer, and that's a good friend.
So it's a good reminder.
Or I could have let you all wallow in it and just all take the Lions.
Yeah, you could have waited to the end when we were making.
But you know what's interesting?
Let this thing fester.
Hold on, but Detroit is a 3-point favorite without
3.5.
him.
It's basically a pick 'em.
But at home,
right?
Is it 3.5?
It's 3.5.
Yeah. Don't forget the hook, Peter.
So on a neutral field, they're a half-point favorite. I mean,
yeah. So St. Brown is still listed as questionable.
Well, just your thoughts on this, man. I'm hyped for it. There's tons of Cowboy fans in New York. I'm sure, you're hyped about it, and just having so much meaning for this game tonight. I think it's a lot of fun. 1-800-919-3776. Michael Kay had some interesting things to say about the Yankees that we got to get into. That guy Thursday at 4:30. Ian at 6. Don on and Rosenberg till 6:30. Then it's Rangers Sens on ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, Groin and Body Trimmer, and the Chairman Plus Face Shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets the Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Give it up for Chicago.
Sebastian Maniscalco's new stand-up special, It Ain't Right, is now streaming on Hulu.
30 years ago, Jeff Bezos, complete nerd. Bezos now ripped to shreds on his super yacht, and the boxes keep coming.
Watch Sebastian Maniscalco, It Ain't Right, now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Spike Day, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
All right, we'll get back to your calls at 800-919-3776. We'll actually get to your calls. I don't think we've taken any yet, but we've got also the Yankee topic to get to as well. But we got some business to get to right now, and that, of course, is your business, because every aspect of your business, from the most mundane to the most complex, will operate orders of magnitude better and faster when you add artificial intelligence. AI is literally a race to the top. The companies that engage AI first will win. Will that be you, or will it be your competitors? Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. It's founded by tech powerhouses. So Thrive partners with you on a smart and secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy it and manage it for you. Imagine AI solutions working across every part of your business, automating support, powering chatbots, analyzing competitors, even managing billing, collections, and orders. And that's just a taste of what Thrive Managed AI can help you achieve. It makes your talented team even better by letting them focus on what they do best. The race to the top will be won by those who engage Thrive Managed AI first. That needs to be you. Go to thrivenextgen.com/ESPN and get started with a complimentary strategy consultation. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Boys?
Just wanted to correct one thing. Eagles-Cowboys are done. So there's no way for them to
it is done.
be able to gain any direct ground from them. They played them week 1 and lost at Philly, and then won the game when they came back from 21-0 down. They're in great shape if they win tonight, because they're home against Minnesota, home against the Chargers. They've been terrific at home. And their last 2 games on the road, even though they're only 2-4 on the road, are at Washington and at the Giants. So Dallas will be in great shape if they win. The question is, losing 4 of their 6 on the road, can they win this game in Detroit? Because they just seem to be a different team away from Dallas.
And that's why, Don, for my 2-point play,
gutless.
Here we go.
I am taking the Detroit Lions and laying the points.
1, 2, 3-point play.
I like it.
Now, you know how crazy it would be?
I'm half in, though. I'm half in. Like I said, I could have gone 3, but I'm half
Don.
in because I can't trust the Lions that much without Ross St. Brown.
Don, can you imagine a world in which after all that conversation, I then just showed up and dropped a 2-pointer on Dallas the other way?
Do it.
Well, listen, you got ground to make up.
That would be it. No, that would be it.
But
if I go Dallas tonight, and Dallas covers, then Allen and I are deadlocked going into the weekend.
Come on.
And that's why I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh!
My 2-point play, getting 3.5. Now, I admit it. I'm playing with the hook a bit, Don. I'm playing with the hook. If the
You
hook's not there, I may not feel good. I do like Detroit to squeak this game out, but Don, you're telling me I can't picture Detroit winning with a field goal 31-28, 30-27, 24-21. I like Dallas to cover the 3.5. Let's go. Let's just battle. Why not? My heart said
baby.
Dallas. I'm going
it.
Dallas.
We both suck. We might as well have fun while we suck.
Let's make it interesting. If imagine our third back-to-back on Thursdays in the last week. I mean, our third heads up for the whole thing, kit and caboodle.
Well,
and then the rest of the season, we got 5 weeks plus the playoffs of Don basically cruising while me and Alan battle.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Well, I could play four corners and say Lions my 3-point play.
Sure, you could.
Take
Doesn't
the
really
steam
matter.
out of
Let's be honest.
Alan's
I'll be
sails.
honest. Don, I'll be honest. Nobody cares what you do. You're too far ahead of both of them.
But you know what we just did here? Here's what we did.
Hey, LaGreca, open your mouth.
What we just did, I forced Peter to
really?
root for the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
I
Again, second week in a row. Did it
All
last
about
week
you.
against
That's great.
Kansas City. Remember, I can enjoy rooting for anyone except that putrid Philadelphia Green.
It is something
That's
with Philly.
It's gotten bad, man. I mean, listen, the Eagles win the Super Bowl this year, and they're all of a sudden tied with Washington for all-time Super Bowls. It's that fast. So I hate everything
Yeah,
about
the team that forever didn't have any
Couldn't do anything, right?
would then tie you.
Yeah.
And just be one
and
behind
be one
the
behind the
Giants.
Giants. Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird because, I think we were both called frauds because we were kind of not disappointed that the Cowboys beat the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. But this Eagle hatred is almost, if not equal to how much I ever hated the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Because, and this is going to sound like I'm being negative, and if it is, who cares? But the Cowboys have not been an issue. They haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. But the Eagles now, that's an issue. There's an issue developing here that has to be dealt with. So that's really because all hatred is stemmed in jealousy, right? It's rooted in the jealousy of they're winning all the time. They get all the attention. They're America's team, right? Well, that's kind of not been an issue. They're still America's team because they're really popular and their fans are irritating, but really they haven't been a problem, right? Because they just haven't really been anything, any real runs. But Kansas City's been a problem. New England's been a problem. But now the Eagles, that's a problem. That's in our division, Peter. We can't have this. This can't stand.
You can't.
And the proximity.
It's over and over.
And then the other problem is the proximity because Philadelphia is right there. I live in Central Jersey, so there are Eagle fans. There's probably as many Eagle fans I deal with as Cowboy fans when I was growing up.
Don, when growing up in the D.C. area and then going to the D.C. beaches, the D.C. beaches are the Philly beaches.
Right.
It's Bethany, it's Rehoboth, it's Ocean City, split. You're driving around there, you see in 3 teams: Redskins, Ravens, Eagles. They share the area. Then you come up here. Eagles huge. I have more friends who are Eagles fans than probably any other team in sports.
If you go anywhere on the Jersey Shore, so basically I would say seaside down, you'll look and it's Eagles, it's Giants, and not as much Jets because you still have the Long Island thing, but still it's the Eagles all over the Phillies, Flyers. It's crazy. 1-800-919-3776. People do want to react to the game tonight. Got plenty to do, taking up until 6:30. Then it's the Rangers and the Senators on ESPN New York. 401 in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg take you up until 6:30, and then it's Rangers hockey, Rangers in Ottawa to take on the Senators. I just want to throw this out because I know I'll end up forgetting. But so I'm doing the game last night, or I'm getting ready to do the game last night. And an individual by the name of Anthony Corona came by, and he runs the podcast Running with the Devils that I was on, and Kenny's been on, several times. And if you're a Devil fan, you certainly know it. And I was on his podcast during the summer to promote me taking the job, and it was really nice. He gave me some gifts, and what he did was he got me a couple of Jim Korn hockey cards because I said that Jim was one of my favorite players.
Nice.
So he gave me those, and he gave me the media guide. The media edition media guide, so it's all professional. It's in like the little binder of the 86-87 season. That was the season in which I went to my first Devil game. So he gave me that.
That's tremendous.
And then I told him the highlight of my career, outside of being on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, was doing Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final in 2014.
All right.
And so he gave me a Game 1 puck from that series, the Kings and the Rangers. I thought
That's
that was
crazy.
Nice. And he got me a ticket from that game. One. And I thought that was really nice of him.
Can I go on this guy's podcast? I want to get
great
stuff.
Gifts.
You got to talk about Devils hockey, but Running with the Devils, Anthony Corona, thank you so much. It was really nice. I mean, the fans of the arena have been great, and but he gifted me some really nice stuff, and I thought that was.
I can talk Scott Stevens. I can talk.
You can.
Moore.
Stevens was a former Capital. You knew
That's
that,
right. By the way, if you get the music ready, you never know what strange pull might come out when we start talking Devils
I don't know
hockey.
if Scott Stevens isn't a
no, it's
pull.
not. I'd have to go deeper.
Yeah, could you?
What's the strangest pull you can give me of a former Devil?
Burke isn't a strange pull.
Randy Belichick.
Yeah, Sean Burke's not a strange pull, is he?
No.
I want to hear the music again.
No, but I need to think of one. Oh, no.
Yeah, but now you put the pressure on him. It's going to be too hard.
I got it. And the thing that's frustrating is, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not coming up with a strange pull organically. I'm going to sort of cheat.
Look one up.
I'm going to look up a team, and then I'm going to tell you what. Oh, well, yeah, Sikora. Is that even a strange? I wouldn't say that's a strange.
That would be a strange pull.
I'm just coming up with names.
All right, well, so here's what the first name that popped up when I saw is one I remember well, but I think it's strange pull. Get the music ready. Let's talk a little Kirk Muller, shall we?
No.
Oh, that's not.
That's not. He was a captain of the team, for God's sake.
You think I gave at 8 years old? You think I realized what Kirk Muller meant to the? Okay.
Clown show.
How about
you could do better.
How about Patrick Sundstrom?
Okay, that's not bad. That's old school.
How about, do you have this memory? Colin White.
No.
No? That doesn't move you.
No.
That's cool, man.
I got the trivia question right the other day. Speaking of Sean Burke, the question was, who was the all-time Devils leading scorer not drafted by the Devils? And I got it, and don't even rack your brain. It's Bobby Holik. Because people thought Bobby Holik was a Hartford Whaler. The Devils traded for him early in his career.
Remember Bobby
Sean
Holik
Burke
like yesterday.
and Pat Verbeek for Bobby Holik.
And did Holik finish with the Rangers or something?
He played for the Rangers. I think he did. No, he finished with the Devils. He came back and played for the Devils.
Okay.
He was a Thrasher. He also was a Ram. He was
a Ram Charger.
Scott Gomez.
One of those.
The Rangers did sometimes take some old Devils. Bruce Driver was a Ranger. John McClain was a Ranger. Kind of happened a little bit down the stretch. But I just wanted to thank him. That was really nice
those
to
are great gifts. Hey, just to do this because Peter loves when I do this. I did cover the 2000 and 2003 Stanley Cup.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
If he wants to have me on, talk about some old days.
That's a great point.
I don't know if he'll gift
He'd
you
fit.
anything.
Imagine the gifts you could get.
Could get a
I don't think he gifted me because I went on the podcast. He's a really good guy.
Game
you don't think it's both?
Ticket?
Unless he gave Kenny something earlier. I didn't see him give
I bet he
anything to
did.
Kenny last night.
Ask Kenny.
That was awesome.
No, I thought that was really cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
So very nice of him to do that. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Alice in Verona. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Alice?
Hey, hi there.
What's up?
Hello?
Hey, Ellis.
Yeah, we got you.
I'm calling because I'm a Cowboys fan, and I would not pick Dallas, even though they are, for 3.5 points. I still wouldn't pick Dallas only because they don't usually win big games in December. It's been a very long time since they won a really big game in December. Their Decembers are kind of like their playoff games. Also, I'm not sure if Pickens is playing tonight. I didn't hear anything more about his injury.
We could probably have Anthony look that up.
You say that's the kind of thing I should probably know before I call picking him?
But, Alice, it's interesting because you've got the road situation, and you're right about December. And that, to me, is kind of a Dak Prescott thing. We've had, as much as I'm a Dak Prescott fan,
Pickens
where, like, the first half of the season, he's MVP, and then he saves some of his worst performances. Matter of fact, Tony Romo was like that, too. That's like the whole team in general doesn't feel like that they really rise to the occasion in a big game in recent vintage. And tonight would have definitely be looked upon as a big game. But that's a Cowboy fan saying, December, road.
See, that's what that is, though, right? That's the emotion part of it. Oh, we never win big games. It's December now. This is when we never win. Like that's the emotion part of it.
But the thing, too, is that it might not be a choke job. Detroit might be better. They're home. And, Detroit hasn't played great recently, but they're still a really good team that's desperate for a win, too.
Well,
so
that's the part right there.
Dallas could play great and just still lose the game.
This is going to be an over game, right, boys? Because it's two high-scoring offenses.
You have
right?
to think
Big
so,
time
right?
over game.
Well, or is it one that you absolutely think that you settle down, you're all ready for the scoring, and then it doesn't
17-16?
Yeah, you
now
just
remember,
never
though, because both, like you astutely pointed out,
It's at 54.5, by the way.
That's hefty.
That is. But think about it. You normally a Thursday game, some teams are playing from Sunday, right? Short week kind of thing.
Not them.
Neither team's playing short week, right? This should have been a normal
full week
for both of them.
Yep.
No, this is going to be a great game. Let's go to Griffin in Connecticut. How are you, Griff?
Hey, guys. By the way, yesterday's ENN probably was one of the best ENNs ever. We had everything. You name it. It was amazing, Peter. You have your bar really set high today.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yesterday's ENN.
Means a lot coming from you. Thank you, Grifster.
Did it get out of hand after I left? Did anything good happen after I said
We didn't
goodbye?
go back to the to what did we call that, by the way? It was the cool we called it something.
Oh, what, the song?
The Cool Man, like we had something.
Yeah.
It was supposed
the
to
Cool
be
Man song, the record. No, that was it.
Yeah, but anyways, it was fun. But no, we didn't go back.
Thanks, Griff.
Cool, man.
There's something also to keep in mind with tonight's game. The Cowboys' offense is a little more different when they are on the road, when they're at home, and also the Lions are going to have their offensive line fully healthy tonight. That is what Jeff Darlington said on SportsCenter today, that they are expected to have their whole offensive line fully healthy that they haven't had in a while. And also the Lions' schedule, if the Lions can win this game, their schedule does favor them, I think, moving forward, just like the Cowboys. So both teams will be in a very good spot if they can pull out this win. I think to clearly get one of the wild card spots, because their schedules are very more favorable down the stretch for both teams.
Maya, can you say mama? Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. That's why I'm so locked into this game, even if I hadn't picked it. I mean, it's quite literally like you dream about.
And this is, and thank you for the phone call, Griff. This is going to be a series of games because we'll talk more about it tomorrow when we're focused on the rest of the lineup for Week 14. But there's a ton of games where it's going to be live and die. The loser is going to be out, and the winner is going to get a stranglehold on things. And it's going to be like that the rest of the way. It's just this is the parity that has hit this sport, and it is going to be just. Even though I'm not thrilled with it, and I don't think the quality of football has been all that great, it still makes for compelling football at the end of the season because the more games that have meaning, the more you're going to be interested, right? You're not going to sit there and break down the quality. Just, hey, this is a meaningful game.
Right.
And that's why the playoffs are so compelling because it every week it's a game 7. It's a win or go home, and that's the way Week 14 through 18 is going to be. This last month of the football season is going to be fabulous.
We've had games in every sport where it's like a bad game but a great ending.
Mm-hmm.
This could be for the NFL what has been, it's been a kind of a bad season with a great ending.
And it's just going to be the luck of the draw, right? Because it could turn out to be an amazing Super Bowl with two compelling teams, or it could be one of those years where we get it might be competitive, but it might not be very sexy.
Mm-hmm.
If you get like a Carolina Texans Super Bowl, I'm good.
Did you really say that? Carolina Texans. A lot of things have to go wrong for us to get that.
Well, you say that, but you wouldn't be shocked if those teams are in the playoffs.
In the playoffs?
Not in the playoffs.
Super Bowl? I mean, what?
That would
some really bad things had to have happened, including maybe like an entire stadium was swallowed into the ground on a sinkhole that we didn't know about, and two great teams just disappeared.
Well, but
you'd
that's
hate
an
to see a
exaggeration.
sinkhole.
You know, it's a sinkhole, but
right
I mean,
now,
what else can
forget about the history
blip
of the
went
teams.
right into the stadium.
The popularity of the teams, all right? But if Denver represents the AFC, I'm sorry, you can't really say that's overly sexy. Now, the Broncos do have a huge following, but, Bo Nix is not getting people out of their seats to go, "Whoa, I got to watch that game." They don't really play that compelling a football. They're a great defense, offense, So if it's a Denver, so who would be like that in the NFC? If you get a Denver-Chicago Super Bowl, forget about the fan bases. I don't know if that's going to get a lot of blood flow.
Listen, it's not
blood flow. What is a Super Bowl that you could have? Because I don't know if we've got any, again, the Chiefs were like an America's team type thing because of all their popularity, right? And then there was people that were sick of them that won. So you're going to draw eyeballs. Give me a matchup right now of two teams that if they met in the Super Bowl, maybe the hatred enough of these two teams would draw as much interest as just their fan bases being excited. Because they got to have a notorious team. Again, Cowboys, there's people that love them and there's people that hate them.
Well,
right? There's one example.
Cowboys Patriots would have a lot of hate.
Well, you know what? Even though we're sick of them, based on that number on Thanksgiving,
Kansas City
Chiefs Cowboys Super Bowl.
No, I'll tell you this. Chiefs if the Chiefs went on a run, because by the way, both teams are currently on the outside. If they both made a run, you are talking about easily the most watched Super Bowl of all time.
Yeah.
It crushes every metric humanly possible.
I think you might be right.
But the problem is there's not a lot there. If you're being realistic.
If you guys wanted to know, by the way,
Go ahead.
Don's horrifying. Who suggested Texans Panthers?
That was Don.
Yeah, Don's suggestion you can get on DraftKings for plus 100,000.
Do it.
Don, put $1 on it.
Yeah, right. I got $1.
But
if you look, 4 quarters.
I can find the odds for any of the teams, by the way, if you ever want to put up a.
If you look right now,
it's on DraftKings on the name the finalists in the futures tab.
Look at you, gonna make.
But if you look here, guys, at everything available, realistically, let's start in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just try to see what the options are. We all agree New England could potentially go, right?
They are the favorites.
Yeah, they're the favorites, right?
I don't believe in Denver, but they're on the table.
They could be a 1 seed, so.
Jacksonville, any of us think are going?
No.
They're at plus 1,100.
Ravens, anybody? I'm not buying at all.
Plus 850.
I lost a lot of confidence against Cincinnati.
That's what it is. It's a confidence factor now.
Yeah, no, it's not right. He's not right. Listen, their defense was already bad. If the defense is bad and Lamar is not right, there's no team. That's it. There's no Ravens.
What's going to happen?
What about the Chargers?
No.
They're at plus 2,000.
No, Chargers
plus
are Jaguars or Jays.
Right? Isn't their offensive line injuries like a
yes,
huge factor?
But
and
I will
now,
say this.
Justin
I will say
Herbert's
this.
got the broken finger or whatever he's got going on in his hand.
He has a broken hand.
No, the difference.
Well, he's fighting through.
The difference between the Chargers and the Jaguars is that most people can find L.A. on a map.
Well, and at their best, the quarterback in L.A. is better than what we've seen so far.
Right, but both of them are just like good-looking guys. People know who they are. But
I do not think Trevor Lawrence is good-looking. I'm going to push back big time.
All right, but
he looks like a homely
blonde hair. He's got the Fabio look to him.
He's also he's got the Fabio hair.
Ugly Fabio.
He looks like the movie Avatar, but a football player.
I was going to say both could play Sunshine.
Don't you think? Well, but don't you think when you look at him, the Avatar movie, like that's what he.
Yeah.
He
looks very
like
Avatar.
And then he just put hair on.
No movement though whatsoever.
No.
But Chargers is a little sexier just because it's Herbert and it's L.A. But you're right, not sexy. Indy, not sexy.
Nope.
Which
is a shame because Baltimore Colts would be sexy.
The Colts thing would be fun here in New York because the Giants thing would get people so annoyed.
Man,
so that's something, but not really. And then lastly, the sexiest team in the conference is sadly a team who it's wide open for. And the Bills, I just don't think have it this year. They are obviously, guys, they're the sexiest play in the league. And Buffalo-Detroit would be the most fun game
that
the average football fan could get.
Somebody's
got to
Somebody's going to win their first Super Bowl.
That right? Like that's right. Somebody's winning their first Super Bowl, Don. And it's also the opposite of what would be the Dallas Chiefs one, which is you're going to have a lot of hate involved. And I want to see them lose. The other one is seeing who wins. Like it's more of the positive, seeing which team ends the drought, ends the curse, and all that stuff.
Yeah, because it's got it's got a the Cubs Indians World Series to it, right? Like
a little bit.
Yeah, and that could be a lot of fun. But we got a long way to go. But still, all those teams. Listen, you laugh at me when I mention Carolina and the Texans. If you're in it, and this is that kind of year where you're in, and who knows what could end up happening.
Well, that's why I end up liking a team like a Green Bay or even if they get there, San Francisco. Well
coached, yep.
Well, the Rams we know. I mean, the Rams are a favorite, right? At this point, I'd say, Anthony, tell me, who's more of the favorite right now, the Rams or the Bears?
The Rams are the favorite to win it all at plus 450 on DraftKings.
Okay.
So the Rams are the favorite, but if it doesn't happen for them, and we get a version of them we got this past weekend, and they lay an egg, you could randomly see all these NFC teams.
You get value on the Niners, Peter. They're at plus 2,800 to win the Super Bowl.
Plus 28. That's a fantastic number for a team that routinely just shows up to the playoffs and goes on a run.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, that's just what they do.
Get healthy at the right time would be the biggest.
Who knows?
Of all, right?
Not sexy.
With the right coach?
No, not sexy.
The 49ers once upon a time were dead sexy, not sexy anymore. They're the 60-year-old model trying to make it work.
Now, can I ask you guys a question? We're transparent with our audience, and they watch us on YouTube.
We hope.
On ESPN New York. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you could see that we're in different locations today because there's parent-teacher conferences. There's important things going on today. So is it, when you guys are at home, is it just me? I have to have my volume turned up to like 14 to comfortably listen to you two. And then when Anthony jumps in, it's as if God is punching me in the face.
It's a problem.
He's punching my inner ear.
Yeah. Wait, so you guys are going through the same thing?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
What is that?
Yeah.
Why?
Anthony really comes off aggressive.
Oh, my God. It's like he wants to kill us.
No, it has nothing to do with me, shockingly. It's a processing thing.
Yeah.
No, I figure. I knew the answer.
Are a plus 28.
I know. I'm like, okay, buddy. All right. Go with the Niners. Break.
Go to break.
No, you're good right now.
I'm very, but I'll tell you
For
what,
once.
the whole thing pisses me off. The whole thing pisses me off because of all the years for my team to have a setback, injury-ridden. You'd be sitting, if the Commanders were the same team they were last year, we'd be going, wow, this could be their year to win the Super Bowl. And instead, they're doing absolute jack nonsense.
Mm-hmm. That's got to be the most maddening part of it, right?
It's wide open.
Your team is too banged up to be part
This is definitely the year to just you stumble into it, and who the heck knows? Let's go to Danny on Long Island. You're on.
Oh, we love Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Yeah, when RJ jumps in, whatever his name is, it sounds like John Facenda, the voice of God. It almost blew my eardrum out of my phone.
You got to take a time. We'll let you finish.
Wrong guy. I know. Wrong guy. I'm sorry.
But it
Worse
was
than
not just RJ or whoever it is. It's Anthony Pusick. He's
Anthony
been on the
Pusick,
show
the
for
great
multiple
Anthony
years.
Pusick.
No, but don't mock the man.
Oh,
you know what,
mocking
Danny?
him,
Thank you for the call. Thank you for the call.
You suck,
1-800-919-3776. Don't go after my guy. To say, the RJ or whoever. No, that's Anthony Pusick, damn it. This guy makes things happen. He makes no money. He comes in longer hours than we work. He works way harder than we do. He makes this show great. Remember the man's name. Say his name. That guy, Thursday, next, ESPN New York. Go to hell.
Damn right.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Already a pretty bad ride out there on the roads. BQE eastbound, crawling toward the Brooklyn Bridge. Broken down tractor-trailer in the left lane by Atlantic Avenue. He's been out there for a while. Solid there from the belt merge. Not moving much on the Bruckner eastbound. A big crash right after the Bronx River Parkway, blocking 2 lanes. Stop there from before the Sheridan. Worst ride to the outbound George Deegan northbound. A crash in the left lane by Yankee Stadium. That is you jam from the Triborough heading over to the Cross Bronx. Inbound George, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Still have some afternoon road work on the span. Outbound Lincoln Orny about 5 to 10. Outbound Holland Ready 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
You know,
well,
it's hard.
It is That Guy Thursday. And I want to go to Boston, if I may.
Go ahead.
Oh, please.
Because they introduced a new pitcher. And people in New York might recognize this name. His name is Sonny Gray.
Okay.
Sonny Gray.
Look what they've done to my boy.
I want to talk to you about my son, Sonny Gray.
Yeah.
He says you've been very unreceptive to him.
Well, this Sonny, let's put it this way: whenever he pitched in New York for the Yankees, it was always a rainy day, and it was raining probably home runs. But he decided that now that he has signed with the Red Sox, that now he can start throwing shade towards New York. Listen to this.
It feels good to me to go to a place now where, you know what, it's easy to hate the Yankees, right? It's easy to go out and have that rivalry and go in it with full force, full steam ahead.
Easy to hate the Yankees. Sonny, it's easy to hate you.
Wow.
Because when you were a Yankee in pinstripe, you sucked. You couldn't handle New York. Like, I got to say this. Him going to Boston, I have no expectations, and I promise you he'll still let me down. And so here's the best part. This is more about Brian Cashman. Remember, this was supposed to be a big deadline pickup, right? Brian Cashman believed this guy can pitch in New York. He could be a Yankee. And here's what Sonny Gray said about when he found out he was traded to the Yankees.
New York just wasn't a good situation for me. It wasn't a great setup for me and my family. I never wanted to go there in the first place. When that was kind of happening, and we were in Oakland, and I was getting traded. That was a long time ago. I never wanted to go there. So then I was there, and it just kind of like it just didn't really work for kind of who I am.
So he never wanted to be here. Boys, look, I get it. He wants to be punchy and feisty, and he's a Red Sox now. So the thing to do when you're a Red Sox is to talk about how much you hate the Yankees and all that stuff. But don't you think he's kind of being that guy? Because you know what he's not? He's not that guy. No. You're not that guy that you sign somewhere like the Red Sox, and now you can start, hurling these types of things about the Yankees after the time that you had in New York, which was embarrassing. You'd want people to forget that you pitched for the Yankees, not remind them, who's this? Sonny Gray? I remember that dude. He was terrible. Like this, he's being that guy in this press conference. Don't like it, and I can't wait till he's on the mound in the Bronx against the Yankees.
I respect this. I agree with it. You can't argue against it. Absolute that guy moment. I just always loved the name Sonny Gray so much. It wasn't because it's not just the Sonny. It's the Gray.
Oh,
like
it
both of
so
them
well
work from a Godfather standpoint, because I think, you think Mo Green. So, like, there could have been multiple Sonnys. The Sonny left, the Sonny Gray.
Yeah.
Different Sonnys you have to think about, but Sonny Gray. Listen, how do you go through That Guy Thursday? And Jacob, you didn't cut what just happened, did you? Did you cut it yet? I didn't ask you to, so I can't blame you. But if you, you do have it, yeah. Because if you weren't listening a few minutes ago, something happened on the show. And listen, I'm going to play it for you, and then I'm going to take you through my mental on this.
Okay, this should be good.
But there's no question it's appropriate for That Guy Thursday. You have it now, Jacob?
That's Anthony Pusick, damn it. Say his name!
Well, no, I mean, do you have the part by any chance that Danny actually, the crime that was committed?
No. I think we need context.
We took a call from Danny, and anyone who listens to the show, you know Danny. Danny's he's like family, but every once in a while we have a family member, who you love, but at Thanksgiving he gets drunk and throws up on the table. Or
I never had that happen, but
decides to bring up politics and get into a big fight with everybody when everyone's having a good time, or whatever the party foul is. Invites his friend over, randomly shows up with a prostitute at Christmas. We've seen it all before. Danny has had a rough couple of weeks. Now, we were just coming off of when Danny acted a little disrespectful towards me. Went on another show. The morning show, not another show, our guys, DNR in the morning, disrespected me a little bit. We had a whole thing. He came back. He apologized. We welcomed him back with open arms. And then this happened.
Who the heck knows? Let's go to Danny on Long Island. You're on.
Oh, we love Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Yeah, when RJ jumps in, whatever his name is, it sounds like John Facenda, the voice of God. It almost blew my eardrum out of my phone.
Gotta take a time. We'll let you finish.
Wrong guy. I know, wrong guy. I'm sorry.
But it was just not just RJ or whoever it is. It's Anthony Pusick. He's been on the show
the
for
great
multiple
Anthony
years.
Pusick.
No, but don't mock the man.
Oh,
you know what, Danny? Thank you for the call. Thank you for the call. 1-800-919-3776. Don't go after my guy. To say, the RJ or whoever. No, that's Anthony Pusick. Damn it. This guy makes things happen. He makes no money. He comes in longer hours than we work. He works way harder than we do. He makes this show great. Remember the man's name. Say his name. And now, I started out saying, I'll let you finish, but then the sarcasm after, I was not going to tolerate. This is, to just throw, there's nothing wrong with RJ, don't get me wrong, but don't, confuse RJ with Anthony, whatever his name. No, there's no whatever his name.
Yeah, the RJ part, if he had just said, I'm sorry, I meant Anthony.
Yeah.
No problem, we're moving right on.
Right. And then he does it with whoever, and I was still going to let it go. But the great Anthony, your sarcasm, mocking, goodbye.
No, I'm
in no mood for this.
I'm going to shockingly defend Danny in this moment.
You make me sick.
I think, Alan, tell me what you think. I think when he said the great Anthony Pusick, I don't think he was mocking. I think he was more mocking the way that we always say the great about people. I don't think he was trying to further. Now, I still agree with Don's decision to hang up on him. It was a bad move. It was a bad moment. It was a tough to get up for a moment when you go, whatever he is. Like Anthony didn't just show up last week at this point.
Right.
Respectfully, if Tom Bauer or Joe Leo or Boombaka or Harvey or whoever was filling in, I'm sorry, it's not polite, but whatever his name is appropriate. They're not here every day.
Right.
Anthony's the backbone. He's got blood in the ground. Take a sip.
And the thing
he can't do it.
He literally calls every day, unless he's been suspended, and talks to Anthony.
That's right.
Every day.
Anthony, can I ask you a question?
Hello.
How often would you say, like when Danny calls, do you guys chat, or is it a straight put him on hold, no convo?
Yeah, no, we talk pretty much each time.
Pretty much.
People still call up and say, hi, Andrew. You know that, right?
Yes, I'm sure.
So, this isn't like a new thing.
No, I'm sure, but still, that doesn't make it right.
When they say that, I say no, and then they just get very confused.
Mm-hmm. But he was on for a long time. You both have A's in your first name. It's
all I got here is all I got to say here is just two things. Number one, I agree with Peter. I don't think the great Anthony Pusick, which is what he said. I don't.
It
think
wasn't a double down.
He didn't say it with an eye roll. That was him, kind of. He you could tell he got caught in something that he thought was going to be fun. It was dismissive to him, and then he realized, no, wait a minute. I just said something about a family member, and I better now get out of this. And he couldn't get out of it, right? So he tried to dismiss it fast. That wasn't in an eye roll. I think from that point now he was backpedaling, and he popped the hamstring.
That's Anthony Pusick, damn it!
Right.
Say his name.
And by the way, the beauty of it is we got that. But I also will say that Anthony, and we have all three of us have encouraged this, and we continue to need to. Does need to jump on the mic, especially when it has this voice of God thing he's got going on today.
You suck, Pusick.
And I think that also is something that the more he does it, the more listeners will know his name. I think he's been a little too humble on this show. He needs to start flexing a little bit.
But he's still he's in it enough.
And that is not quite how you do it.
By the way, I'm not trying to say, knowing Anthony, he'll take this the other way and think I'm now saying we get too much of him. I'm not saying that. But he's not sparse. He's on the show every day. He talks every day on the show. There's no question.
But when he went in last week on the Giants, that was pretty special.
Well, that was different. Then he really stepped in. But Don, I would say you might hear Anthony's voice every hour on the show. And then he answers the phones.
You got to know.
So it's now I just don't know where do we go here from Danny as we're doing that guy Thursday. And this is now he's been that guy now 2 out of the last 3 or 4 weeks. I love the guy, but what do we do here? I'm worried he's never going to call us again.
No, well, then that's his choice. I'm not banning him. I'm not suspending him. I just got mad at him in that second, and I just, you know what? I didn't care about his point. And you know what? I'm in the kind of mood where, you know what? If I don't like you, I'm going to disconnect. I have that power.
It's so you're
Tomorrow's
saying
another
back
day.
to
We'll see.
back to the family analogy. He knocked over the wine glass all over the white rug. You said, you know what? Get out. But it doesn't mean you're not invited next year. You're just saying get out right now. You're drunk and you made a fool of yourself.
It's like in A Bronx Tale. You put the mush in the bathroom. They never threw him out. He was always there.
He was always
still
welcome.
Invited back.
He just wasn't allowed around when there's a
you know
big...
what? You got to go.
I really think my comp with spilling the wine was much nicer than shoving the mush in the bathroom. I think that's making it worse. I'm trying to make it better.
I don't care about making it worse or better. This is Danny from Long Island. Yeah. He's a regular. He's a member of the family. Why do I got to walk on eggshells?
No,
I
you
was
don't.
mad. We had a little bit of something. It'll be
That's
over
right.
tomorrow.
Right.
Okay. All right, good.
But what
right.
are we walking
Anthony,
like, is Dan going to forget? Listen, he might want to kill me. He'll still call.
Now, the thing is, there's only one person out there in the world who wholeheartedly agreed with his sentiment of whatever his name is. And, of course, that person is Anthony Pusick.
That's right.
That's the trouble.
Didn't care at all that this happened.
Mm-hmm. Didn't care that it happened. Agrees with him. Feels the same way he does.
But that, to me, that makes my point.
You know what, Peter? I think you need to pick up Anthony, don't you, right now? Just pick him up.
Oh, I see what you're doing. He didn't pick up on it, but I get it.
Wouldn't you want to just pick him up right now? He needs a pickup.
It's in moments like this. In moments like this, you want to pick up the people around you.
Yeah.
Or ship them out.
If only it was as easy.
Call up Bart. He knows a guy.
If only it was as easy to pick up Anthony Pusick as it is to do Amazon pickup with my packages. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Just give me that single shot right here, this solo right here. This is my camera? Okay, good. It's the only one that's here. Let me tell you about Amazon pickup, all right? I'm going to put my glass on for this one, guys. We all know that Amazon's already a part of your life, but Amazon pickup takes it to the next level, especially during the holiday rush. Oh, man, you're on the go like I am. In fact, you might not even remember where you live these days. But with Amazon, it's easy. You send your orders. See, here, think about it like this. I just moved. I barely know my new address. Guess what, though, guys? I didn't move far. It's the same pickup location. So it doesn't matter that your address changes because you're sending it to your Amazon locker and counter. It's that easy. Located near you no matter where your day takes you. Your package is ready when you are. For me, Amazon Pickup gives me that flexibility to grab the gifts or packages, whatever this holiday season when I'm on the go. All right? Simple. You order online and at checkout, you just choose the pickup location that's most convenient. You get an email confirmation when it's ready with instructions to pick it up. It's quick. It's secure. It's always at no extra cost. Check it out for yourself. Go to Amazon.com/pickupmvp to learn more. That's Amazon.com/pickupmvp. Wow. Alan, thank you for picking me up.
That was great. Cool, man.
Always here. Always
now,
here
you know,
for
I just got an excited feeling, by the way, that hit me right in my soul.
Okay.
Because not only
here comes the happy.
Not only do we have an incredible Thursday nighter, 5:30 we got our guy Damien Woody.
Yay!
Yep. Yeah.
Like I look forward to talking to this man like he's family. Now, if he hasn't watched Napoleon Dynamite, we got problems.
Right. There's no way he watched. Let's call it right now. Zero chance he watched.
Zero chance, and I'm mad about it. Did
been
you
over a
text
week.
him, Anthony? Fraud?
I did not.
Yeah, gutless.
Fraud.
I'll choose to be on Damien Woody's good side, and I think that's a good place to be.
Did you just call the same man that you just defended and hung up on someone for him? Did you just turn around and call Anthony gutless immediately?
It's very fluid.
Everything's very fluid on this
You
show.
suck, Pusick.
That's one thing.
But at least I know I'm calling Anthony a fraud, not some guy, RJ, whoever. Hey, whoever, producer boy.
If I get a GG, that would be impressive.
Oh, get a GG, get a who are some of the old ones we can throw out?
Grassa. Didn't he pick up phones for the show?
Grassa picked up phones. There's the guy that's in Tampa now. Can't think of his name.
Is he a Charger? Or is
He's
he
a Ram.
Oh, well, I'll think of his name. But he's
Browncher says John picked up phones for the show.
John did pick up phones for the show, for sure. But it's just a bad look for our guy.
Say his name!
But Derek in Washington Heights wants to support Anthony.
Oh.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
What's up?
So are we still doing the worst call of, are we still doing that?
Oh, yeah,
because
why
I think Danny I think Danny from Long Island, what a precipitous fall from grace. Am I wrong?
So
I
you're saying
so.
he has to be – so he's on the banned list until someone else gets banned and
Has a worse call. You're saying, oh,
he's released.
Interesting.
Am I wrong about that? Peter, this is from you. This is as bad as Tarantino calling out Paul Dano. I mean, like, this is like out of left field.
That is – I saw that too.
Wait, I didn't.
I want to get
This is like a great calling out another great. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing right here? This is Anthony Pusick. This guy is on ENN half the time. No offense, Peter. I love you.
Half the time?
You know.
Oh, but that's a good amount of the time, though. Yeah.
No. That was an exaggeration. But, I mean, I think also your analogy about Thanksgiving dinner with, him at the table, I mean, I think Danny didn't, he didn't spill a glass of wine. I think he might have had an accidental excavation on the white carpet. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is too – we got to put him on some kind of – what do we – like, is there some kind of, like, super secret probation that we're doing here? Something.
I don't want to go that far. I was irritated with him in the moment, but I think Anthony does appreciate the support. We appreciate that you supported Anthony Pusick, but he brought up the Dano.
By the way, I love that call.
Also, I just one last thing. I think he called him the great. I gotta believe that's sarcastic. It's like you dream about.
That's how I talk.
It's like you dream about.
Was it an eye roll? I didn't feel. I didn't.
We can listen to it back.
Wait, by the way, what was our caller's name just now? What's our caller's name?
Derek.
Well, I'm a big Derek.
Derek in Washington Heights. But he brought just quickly the Paul Dano thing. Quentin Tarantino said, "There will be blood." You're familiar with the movie, guys, right?
Sure I am. And I know you're.
Would have had a chance to be his greatest film of the 21st century, talking about Paul Thomas Anderson, if it didn't have Paul Dano in it. It's supposed to be a two-hander, but Dano is weak sauce, man. He's such a weak, uninteresting guy. The weakest blanking actor in SAG.
Sounds a little personal.
Oh, boy. That's got to be more. I mean, that sounds like...
if you're joking, you took the joke too far.
Yeah, I mean, no.
If he's serious...
That's shades of Peter Rosenberg at 6:55 on Tuesday's show. You know what I mean? That's.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah, no one does, Anthony. No one does. No one does.
I did stumble upon that because I'm a big fan of that film, and I thought Paul Dano was brilliant in it.
Well, guess what? Quentin's not a fan. And by the way, let me say this: Quentin's an all-time great director. He's also shoved himself into movies in horrible acting roles. So,
but he's also a snob. He's a movie snob,
of course.
And I think that's where that comes from, is that he's got.
But listen, I have sometimes people just love a craft so much that like there's certain people they hate for their performance. They just like really low. I mean, I was pretty harsh the other day on Rodney Harrison because I really find his style on television robotic and bad. It's not for me. I just don't like it. It's not nice of me. It's whatever, but it's visceral.
But
I love the crap.
Weak sauce.
Now I wouldn't have gone that far. I'd say he's not. No, what did he say? The worst member of SAG? I mean, that's tough. I mean, he brought up the whole guild for Christ's sake.
The whole guild.
That's the whole.
I'm
guild.
even in the
guild. The whole guild.
Yeah, we're all in the guild.
All in the guild.
That's guild on guild crime is not what you want to see.
1-800-919-3776. That was a good That Guy Thursday. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 6:30. Then it's Rangers hockey on ESPN New York. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg until 6:30. Then it's Rangers hockey. Don't forget, coming up at 5:30, our weekly spot with Damien Woody, and, of course, CNN coming up at 6. Let's go to Gil. He's in the truck. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Gil?
Yo, Don, I love you, man. I love you,
I love you, too.
You are real. You are a true teammate. Every sense of the word, man. And, not for nothing, man, that's just Danny, bro. Nobody else disrespects you guys. Or the show, or Peter, or my man AP. Okay, put some respect on his name. All right? Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
At least remember
you
his
guys gotta
name.
do something about that because none of us do that to you guys. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to get sarcastic assholes coming on the show. I'm sorry I said that. Okay, thinking that they could do that and try to get 3 seconds of fame. Come on, man.
Well,
anyway,
there's momentum building towards the sarcasm, so I'm glad you agree with me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and Pete, don't do that. Stand down, man. He's trying to, protect his teammate, AP. You should have let Danny, too. Afterwards, he said he was the relative that came in and spilled and vomited all over the most.
I agree. I agree, and I agree with Don's. I agree with what Don said. I just felt me jumping in at this moment. No, I'm not. Hold on. See, this is a problem with our nation.
Go ahead. Explain yourself. Go ahead.
We don't have to.
Saw it that way.
We don't have to paint this with a broad brush. I was as defensive of Danny's making mistakes when it was about me. I still chose to kind of see the other side of it. I am trying to be. Danny and I had a previously tenuous relationship.
You were a class act with your wife.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to keep things cool.
And I respect that.
I'm just trying to keep things cool. I hear what you're saying, though. He was out of line. There's no question he was out of line.
Two last things, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Pete. You my man, you know that.
No.
Hahn, that was a beautiful drop. The sinkhole drop, that was beautiful, man. Don, the 60-year-old 49ers, the 60-year-old model trying to make a comeback, that was another one. That was great, man. And the way you are the glue, Pete, you're keeping everything flowing smoothly. You're not trying to overshine. You know what I'm saying? You're just going with the flow. You're like passing the baton on a long stretch run. You know what I'm saying? So keep up the good work. I love you guys. You guys got the best show, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Gil. I appreciate that. That was good siding with me on that, but I don't want this to become a thing. It was just the one. Danny, please call back tomorrow. Danny, Center Point. You're on ESPN New York. Center Port. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Port.
What's up, boys? I mean, listen, I don't want to continue this because I don't want to give the guy more airtime than he needs. And you know, guys, how much I respect you and like you guys, right? But, I got a bone to pick with you guys now because, you let this Mama Luke back in the family circle again, okay? And he showed his colors again. Okay? So, I've got that drunk uncle that says too much and drinks too much. And you know what? At some point, you need to stop talking to him or you don't invite him back to the Thanksgiving table. And you guys let this guy back to the table after he completely disrespected Peter, and now he's doing it again. And it's the sarcasm. He thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. And it's ridiculous, man. I mean, it was totally disrespectful, again, to a guy that he speaks to every day, man. I mean, give me a break with this guy already. I'm not agreeing with you guys letting him back in the circle. I know he's a good caller, but you got plenty of good callers, man. We don't need nonsense like that. So I'm sorry, guys. I disagree with you letting him back in the circle, and I would second-guess it before you let him back, man. I really would. Hahn, can I get to one jet point?
Always.
Thank you. Listen, man, I'm going to go on stage right here and say it right now, Alan. I believe in this coach. I think this coach has got what it takes. I'm not going just off of the wins. I know you guys talk about they're supposed to show up and play, but this team is playing for this guy. They believe in this guy. And you know what, Alan? If it wasn't for a couple of really lousy quarterback spots and a hard-fought loss in week one, this guy would have a couple more wins, and maybe he would be 5-6. You know what I mean? Maybe he would be 6-6, which would be, oh my God, I think that's far-fetched. But he's legit, man. His pedigree shows that he can do this. He played this game at a high level. He went scouting on the low end, driving his car. He was an assistant. He was a D coach. This guy has what it takes in my eyes, and I'm going on the point saying this guy's going to be our coach, and I think he's got what it takes to turn this thing around, man. I truly, truly do. But I was with you, Alan, the other day. I was standing there watching that field goal. I turned to my wife and said, there's no way he's making this kick. And, of course, he makes it, and that's just the way things go for us. But it felt good to see that kick go through and these guys rejoice over a win. You know what I'm saying? But I was sitting there saying to myself, God, if he makes it, so be it. If he doesn't, who cares? This team played hard today. They showed up and we'll get the loss that we probably should have had instead of winning, because that's what the Jets do. But I'm still going on point that this guy is going to be our coach, and I think he's got what it takes, guys. I really do.
Yeah, Danny, God bless you. You know I love you. He wears Jets passion on his sleeve.
Yeah.
He does not hide it, and you can see him into it. I said the same thing as you. He makes the field goal. I clap my hands together and said, all right, that was cool. Now we keep it moving. But
that's it.
The Dolphins are in town. And you want to keep showing something? That's one of those teams that show me something. You're at home against the Dolphins. There's going to be a lot of Dolphin fans in the building. Show me something.
Don't pull a Giants and get everybody hyped up and lose by 30 to the Dolphins on Sunday.
Yep.
A couple of Mikes spoke today. We'll hear from them next. Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds. Starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Almost 3 hours on the BQE eastbound, left lane down by Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn. Still have this broken down tractor trailer, a large wrecker finally on the scene. Traffic is crawling there and backed up onto the inbound Gowanus from the Belt Merge. LIE eastbound, not moving much over by Woodhaven Boulevard in Queens. Crash blocking the 2 center lanes. You're solid there from right out of the Midtown Tunnel. Doing better on the Deegan northbound. Picked up that crash by Yankee Stadium. Still a packed ride heading over to the Cross Bronx in the outbound George from the Triborough and the Bruckner. Inbound George free and clear for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Holland going to run you 45 plus. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Game time.
It's Charlie time.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Whiskey. Almost like I had some whiskey. Rangers visit the Senators with coverage immediately following us right here on 880 at 6:30. The Islanders host the Avalanche at 7, and the Nets face off against the Jazz in Brooklyn at 7:30.
Bet your
Tullamore
ace.
Dew. Yes, Peter?
Bet your ace.
He was just betting your ace.
On the Nets?
No, it was just don't worry about it.
Yeah. Right. Keep it moving.
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. All right, I said a couple of Mikes spoke today. One of them, Mike McCarthy. Many people, including myself, wouldn't mind Mike McCarthy being the next head coach of the New York Giants. Well, he was on McAfee today, and he spoke about Jaxson Dart. And he says he has a message for Dart, or what the message would be to Dart if he coached him.
I think it's part of his responsibility. I think just like everything, we always talk about two most important abilities are accountability and availability is number one. You got to be available to your team, and it's decision-making. So if you can improve your decision-making, that's going to improve your availability, then it's part of his job description. The most important stat for young quarterbacks, how many consecutive games can he play? Because you only improve playing every Sunday. It's all part of his role, his job responsibility, and it's something that he has to be more aware of. He's missed a number of games this year, and we all love the way he plays. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you love the physicality, but this is a situation, we talk about it in our training of the play style, AJ, violent on the boundary. That's where a half a yard could be the difference in winning a game, but not at this point in the game. He's got to get out of bounds. But part of it, too, I was watching the game live. It didn't look like he saw him.
That's interesting. That's the first time I heard that opinion.
The corner of his eye, he didn't see him. That could be.
But if that's the case, then you know what? That's a lack of vision. That's something that's got to improve as well. I mean, you've got to be able to see that coming. When a truck's coming, you got to be able to see it. And that was a truck that was coming.
Can I just, though, he missed 2 games. He didn't miss a number of games. It's 2 games, and it was a concussion, which is serious, and you want to make sure that he's right. But we're acting like the guy's always hurt.
That's not fair.
I get it. We're concerned.
It's not fair.
He's not wrong in the idea that you need to play consecutive games, that you want to be available for your team. That's very important as a young player. All that stuff is true, right? Improve your decision-making when it comes to when to go and when not to go. Is the game on the line now? Yeah, then you want to be all in,
right,
and you just want to go for it late in the game when it matters. But in the third quarter, probably not the time to try to extend the play. I understand he's trying to teach that, and that's fine. But I still feel like there's just so much overreaction, as if like this is the 5th time he's missed it. He's been out again. He's hurt again. Like it hasn't been consistent yet.
It hasn't been consistent. But a couple of things that I support McCarthy on. He has affected outcomes of games by not being on the field in games in which he did come back. Because Russell Wilson came in, they didn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
So he affected those games by being in the tent. Since he's come back, he hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been the same. Stats haven't exactly popped in the 2 games in the game that he's been back, or I should say the 1 game that he came back. So he wasn't awful, but so all right, he missed 2 games, and maybe by missing those 2 games, he wasn't at his peak efficacy in the game against the Patriots. Now you've affected the outcome of 3 games, So I it's semantics to me. I am on board with you that I do think we're kind of blowing it a little bit out of proportion, but it is something. But in general, McCarthy had praise for Dart.
I love the way he plays, because I think when I evaluate quarterbacks, you look at the in-the-pocket ability versus the out-of-pocket. And what he does naturally, you can't teach. I mean, his ability to make plays with his feet, whether it's stepping up in the A or B gap and coming out off the movement stuff, just the fact that they run him on so many design quarterback runs tells you what the coaching staff thinks of him. So those are all benefits, but it's the in-the-pocket stuff is always the last thing that is, I always felt the drop-back phase is always the real challenge for the guys in the National Football League. So the fact that he is so productive out of the pocket naturally, he just has to be smarter, because the real challenge is, beating teams from in the pocket. This is a 2-minute league. You look at the games, especially you get the playoffs, 98% of these games come down to the last series of the game. So that quarterback has to, he has to win from the pocket to start off with. So this young man has an extremely bright future. I mean, I think every quarterback coach in the United States would love to coach this guy, just the way he plays, but he's got to be conscious of his availability.
There it is. So he's gushing, right?
There he is.
Full bloom love here.
If you're a McCarthy fan, and I won't go as far as to say I'm a fan, but I wouldn't mind him getting this job, then I think those comments, you feel pretty good that he wants the job. And we'll see if the Giants offer it to him.
It's clear he reached out,
He sounded
right?
interested.
Yeah, very interested. And also backing up, Peter, the fact that Dart will make this job attractive, especially for an offensive guy, to know that, hey, they got the quarterback. But it's on their mind, too. Hey, is this guy going to be able to stay healthy, and are we going to take some of his aggressiveness away? And if we do, it will affect him overall. It's just a general concern for him because he did miss a couple of games. Right?
How do we feel about Mike McCarthy openly talking about this? The way and also, Gruden's done it on social, but how do we feel about it with the idea that Mike Kafka, whether you want him or not as a fan, but right now he's an interim coach, and it's been said, including Joe Shane saying it, that he very much is a candidate for the job. Well, how do you feel about that, though, just as far as the coaching fraternity goes?
No, I don't think he violated anything. He's just talking about Jaxson Dart.
Yeah, okay.
If he was asked, are you interested in the job, and said, hell yeah, I am, and then started praising Jaxson Dart, I think that would violate the ethics of the coaching code. But, if he's going on McAfee and he's talking about a bright young star in the NFL, now, he might have had some motivation behind the praise by, planting a seed or whatever. Now, let's face it, we're talking about a coach that might have the inside track. He's 0-3. So, I like some of the things Kafka's done, but,
I'm just asking.
It's starting to feel like the job is beginning to open back up again.
Oh yeah, no. What I was going to say is it's starting to feel like there are people out there that are now starting to make their move.
Yeah,
like all right, I got to get in on. I want to get in on this thing.
Although Peter will appreciate this, and you two, listening to Kay all those years, is that Van Gundy took it so far that I bet you Van Gundy wouldn't even answer the question about Dart.
No.
But I thought Van Gundy sometimes took it too far when breaking that code. I mean, you could talk about the Giants, just don't talk about wanting the job. The biggest violator.
I think Rex always had the most low-key approach.
Well, Rex, Gary Carter. Remember Gary Carter? Just like, dude, I want the job. That's you just don't do that. It doesn't get done that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and there's no fine for doing it. It just doesn't look good.
I guess the point I was trying to make, though, is not about breaking the code. More about, doesn't it show you, though? Because most of the time you would in the back of your mind say, I don't want to be disrespectful, so I got to be careful with what I'm saying. But Mike McCarthy's making it abundantly clear. Him saying, any quarterback's coach would love to work with him. What was he?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay, so he's letting you know I'm interested without talking about the job. And I think he wants that out there because, especially if you're his agent, you want it out there. You want it talked about. You want the Giants to know, and this is all I'm thinking about, and I'm putting it out in the world, how I feel about your quarterback. That bodes well. I think we already knew this. We already knew this was a job that was going to attract people with experience, that people would want this job. Mike McCarthy's making it abundantly clear that he wants the job. And so now it's another name that you can take seriously and say, is this the right guy for right now?
Yeah, I just want somebody with some experience. It's such a big job. And I know anybody with experience is going to have flaws. They've all been fired before. They've all failed before. So I understand the caller that's going to say, well, I'd rather have this coordinator, that hot young coordinator, because they're all fresh, right? They're all new. The slate's clean. But there's also a lot of unknowns, right? We could be all hyped up about Joe Judge. How did that turn out? Right? All hyped up about Brian Dable. How did that turn out? So just listen, if Mike McCarthy fails in New York the way he failed in Dallas, right now that would be a huge step forward. because he'd have them on the cusp of the playoffs and in the playoffs, and then we can complain about their failures in the playoffs. Same goes for Tomlin.
Isn't it pretty amazing? It's really amazing, right? What the levels of fail or what fail looks like from one place to another.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. It's happened in baseball, right? I mean, the Yankees are considered in New York to have a lack of success because they haven't won the World Series. The Pirates would crave, how long has it been? 15 years without a championship for the Yankees. The Pirates would take those 15 years forever because they haven't won since 1979. They haven't been good for a decade. Was it 10 years missing the playoffs? So, yeah, everybody's on a different track. But I will admit that there will be a day, hopefully, if they get Tomlin or they get McCarthy, that the Giants are a perennial playoff team, and I'm on Hahn Rosenberg saying the guy should be out of a job because he has not won a playoff game in 5 years.
Yeah, but
he's
that's
been
all
in
right.
the playoffs every year.
Yeah, you want to get there.
I'd like to get to a point where I'm complaining about my team not winning playoff games, not soiling themselves on national television and smelling it.
So listen, he's
soiling
coached
and
18
smelling?
Yeah, they're digging in and showing it to everybody and then sticking their face in it.
He's coached
That's what national television's been for the Giants.
18 seasons he coached in the NFL as a head coach, right? Let's take one out because he was fired in week 13, so it's not a full season, right?
Okay.
So 17 seasons. And 11 of the 17 seasons, he had double-digit wins. All right, that alone right there, right, is enough. But then you have, out of the 17 seasons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 playoff appearances.
Yep.
That's a resume. Now, again, one Super Bowl, only one. But in the 13 years that he was a head coach and made the playoffs, 3, 4, 5, only 5 of them he only played one game. Like, didn't get out of whatever the first round was, whether it was wild card, whether it was division round. So 5 of the 13. So for the majority of the time, he's at least winning a playoff game as well. So that's what I mean by the knock against him and his inability, quote unquote, to win and win in the playoffs, I feel like is a narrative that was built bigger in Dallas because he only won one year. He only won one playoff game, and they did not look good in playoff games. I mean, we remember when Green Bay went down there and smacked them. Like those were the issues. But in the same thing, you could say he went 12-5, 12-5, and 12-5 in 3 consecutive seasons, taking a team that was 6-10 and then turning it into a perennial 12-win team. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Take that.
Now, I will look at is it a Dallas problem? Because you look at Dallas since Barry Switzer left, because he was the last one to win a Super Bowl, right? Chan Gailey, no playoff wins. Dave Campo didn't go to the playoffs. Bill Parcells, no playoff wins. Wade Phillips, 1 playoff win.
Amazing.
Jason Garrett, 2 playoff wins in 10 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Mike McCarthy, 1 playoff, and we'll see if Schottenheimer even gets him to the playoffs this year. So he's been part of a real dysfunctional team that has been great in the regular season, no matter who the coach has been, no matter who the quarterback has been, and have had regular season success and not won in the playoffs. So is it because of Mike McCarthy, or is it because there's a lot going on there that, maybe, whether it's the Jones situation or whatever it is, the pressure of the expectations. So there might be, he is one of many coaches in Dallas that didn't have a ton of success. So I kind of see the same, and it looks like Schottenheimer might be on the way to the same thing, right? A team that might make the playoffs, might not, and be one and done. I mean, Schottenheimer might be a guy, fast forward 3 years from now, he'll have, 3-year, 1 playoff appearance, no playoff wins.
Right, same thing. Right. What he's trying to do is the opposite. It was a mediocre start to kind of like, then they kind of get on a roll at the right time, and that's what he's trying to do, which that typically isn't the Cowboys' MO, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's what he's trying to do right now.
Now, the other Michael that spoke today is Michael Kay.
Oh, yeah. He speaks every day.
He got
he speaks most days, sure.
Yeah, he did, but he had something that we wanted to repurpose on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And Just talk about the Yankees' payroll, and they're going to bring Bellinger back, and how active they're going to be in free agency. Because Sunday, the winter meetings start, and it was around this time that Soto made the decision to go to the Mets. You're going to start to see some movement coming up this weekend in baseball free agency. And Michael Kay said, the Yankees are really going to make a concerted effort to stay under $300 million with their payroll.
There is a good chance, everybody, that the Yankees' intent at this point on December 4th is to, in fact, be under the $300 million threshold. And I'm going to be as honest as I could possibly be here. According to Cott's contracts, after all they've done and the expected arbitration numbers of people that they have on their roster, they're at 279. If they intend to stay under 300, they are not getting Bellinger. They are not getting Tucker. They are not going to be able to make any significant move, because if you look at the big salaries on the Yankees, who exactly can they move to create that salary space to bring in a $25 or $30 million contract, let's just say on Bellinger, and if it's Tucker, a $40 million contract?
Not good. I'm telling you, the Grisham thing, they got caught. They didn't think he was going to take. He wasn't going to take the QO. I think they were surprised by that. And that now created a situation where they have Spencer Jones, they have Dominguez, they had to protect Jones, and that's probably the cheaper way to go. So Fangraphs has them projected payroll of $260 right now, with a luxury tax projection of $283. That's where they've got them. So Michael said, what did Michael say, $279? Mm-hmm. So it's right in the same category. I mean, it still puts them in the top four, but you're light years away from the Dodgers and potentially light years away from the Mets as well. But those are National League teams.
Well, and the thing is, and you could be losing Bellinger. So back-to-back years, you lose Soto, you lose Bellinger. They still have a great pitching staff, and they still have good quality players. But the whole idea of we've already hit we're now less than a year from the CBA expiring. The Yankees, and Michael said this on the show, and we've talked about it, are going to be on the side of trying to get a salary cap. Many people believe that salary cap will be around $300 million. So are they anticipating that, hey, let's do it now, because at some point we're going to have to start shedding salary to be able to get under the cap.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get out in front of this thing. It's really going to be interesting that after going to the World Series and then losing Soto, and then not winning your division, not going to the World Series the next year, for a second consecutive year losing a big-time player on your team, fans are going to go nuts.
Yeah,
but if I'm a fan right now, I'm rooting for a salary cap, because if the Yankees are going to self-impose one, at least get the Dodgers and the Mets, your competition, to also be playing in the same ballpark financially as you.
If you're a Yankees fan, you are rooting for this for many reasons. You know what you're rooting for as well? It'll expose Cashman. Because with a salary cap with restrictions, right, what is he going to do now? He's got to spend the money the right way, wisely. And there are still some contracts that are against their payroll that were not wise decisions. And so he's going to have to now prove that he can work within a budget. $300 million is a lot, man. It's still a lot. And so the Dodgers and Mets and maybe even the Blue Jays, which I don't know if they'll go over 300, but so if the Mets and Dodgers want to operate over that, that's fine, but the majority of the league does not. And that's where you have to not only be able to be smart with the contracts you do give out, but you also have to take players that you have in your system that you brag about, all this talent that you have down on the farm, and turn them into stars. Because the only one I've seen so far, and he's turned into a megastar, is Aaron Judge. Who else? Now is Schlittler going to be somebody special?
Well, looks like it.
It sure does, and they really need him, because your starting pitching that you paid a lot for, you've got injuries to two of them. So, but this, to me, puts the pressure now on the front office to operate accordingly. Because if you still got to hit if it's $300 million, and I don't think it's going to be a hard cap. I still think it's going to be a soft cap, but the luxury tax implications will be incredibly crippling. I think they will use more of a model like that and less of a model of a hard cap. Let it operate as one.
I wonder whether Cashman, though, feels this way or actually looks forward to it because he thinks he'd thrive in this situation.
See, I think he'd love it.
How's
it working out?
Oh, that's another conversation. But I think Brian Cashman,
he thinks he would.
I think he would love to play, because he's kind of He's doing it now, right? He's thinking about fiscal responsibility, not throwing good money after. But the point is,
but then he can also blame it. He can use it as an excuse. Oh, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? He'll use it as the excuse. That's why, to me, this will be a very interesting exercise. I wouldn't be mad as a Yankees fan. I would not get mad. Don't get mad at Hal. He'll still spend the $300. Get mad at the guy who's spending the money. That's
because Bellinger's not going to. Now the Blue Jays are going to be maybe higher than the Yankees, and certainly the Dodgers and the Mets already are higher.
Oh yeah.
So no, it's going to get crazy, but it could begin as early as Sunday, where you start to see some of these names move around, and I'm telling you, Yankee fans will be red hot if they end up losing Bellinger. 1-800-919-3776. Let's talk to Chauncey in Westwood. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Chauncey?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
So about the whole Giannis trade, I have a concern that really no one I've heard has mentioned yet.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis, the last 5-6 years, plays next to Brook Lopez, a stretch big. Then he leaves, they go out and sign Miles Turner, another stretch big.
Yep.
So if this trade goes down or whatever, Cat is more than likely gone. Unless Giannis is playing the 5, who fits next to him there? Unless they go out and get someone else.
Yeah, it's a great point because he is not a guy that's going to stretch the floor, and you can't have a big in there that's going to clog it up because that's where he does his best work, right? It's a really good point. That's all part of the things you have to think about as you're building this roster. And if you're Milwaukee, think about it. What the contract they just gave Miles Turner? Do you say, all right, if you want him, you got to take the Turner contract too? You know what I mean? Like that's so then you're like, all right, well, we need that because we need a guy that can stretch. It's a great question. That's what makes this so difficult. That's why I'm trying to tell people it's not as easy as you think. This is not a trade machine kind of trade. This is a multi-team and a lot of thought, and it can reform a roster. And as everybody said, the one guy that has to stay, the untouchable piece, is Jalen Brunson. But you also want to see how does it affect Jalen Brunson because he's still your most important piece.
We're going to talk to Damien Woody next, his weekly spot on a Thursday, and then E&N coming up at 6. Take you up until 6:30, then it's Rangers hockey on ESPN New York.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Gotham City football is coming. Be at MetLife Stadium for Week 14 as the New York Jets face the Miami Dolphins for the team's first ever rivalries game on Sunday, December 7th at 1 p.m., presented by Avery Dennison. Fans in attendance will receive a Rivalries rally towel while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just one day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got the Nets home at the Barclays tonight in Brooklyn and still dealing with this mess on the eastbound BQE. Broken down tractor-trailer in the left lane by Atlantic Avenue. He's been out there since early this afternoon. Hopefully they'll figure things out. You're jammed on the inbound Giannis from the Belt Merge. Westbound LIE and Queens crawling toward Casino Boulevard. Crash out there blocking 2 lanes. Delays go back into Nassau County. Really no easy way to the outbound Georgia aside from the Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound slam from White Plains Road on through. Inbound Georgia about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln already about 30 to 40 minutes. Outbound Holland now close to an hour. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey team, Wendy here. If you're looking to consolidate your high-interest credit card debt with a personal loan, take a look at SoFi's stats. A SoFi personal loan comes with low fixed rates, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. That looks good on paper, but SoFi also passes the eye test. Having helped its members pay off over $33 billion in debt to date, score. View your rate for a SoFi personal loan at SoFi.com/stats today. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/stats. NMLS 696891.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Onions? Wow, that's really going back in the Wayback Machine. What is that, Jacob?
Well, I told Jacob, Ballard had texted me during one of our segments and said Steve Cropper passed away.
Okay.
And I did not realize the impact that Steve Cropper had on music.
I just know that song, and that's an old song. So
oh, no. How about this? He was the guitarist of the Stax Records house band. Booker T and the MGs, who, of course, did a ton of stuff. Backed Otis Redding, Wilson Pickett, Sam and Dave, Rufus Thomas, Johnny Taylor. And then it goes on from there. I mean, his career is like, it's one of the most unbelievable who's you'll ever read.
How old is he?
It's crazy. He was born in 1941.
Okay.
And was just a backbone, foundational musician. I'm talking about, it just goes 84 years old when he passed away. I mean, Joe Walsh and Bob Dylan and Sinead O'Connor and Eric Clapton and George. It goes on and on. So, pretty amazing guy.
It's now time for the Damien Woody Report. It's brought to you by Bet365. Damien, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving?
I'm well, gentlemen. How are you guys doing? Thanksgiving went great. All is well. How about you guys?
Good.
That's the question, Donnie. Ask him.
Yeah, did you get around to seeing Napoleon Dynamite?
I did not.
See, that's wrong.
Did not. I totally forgot.
Right.
I totally forgot. Got caught up with a lot of shenanigans with the family. But I will put a reminder in my phone to do that this weekend.
No, don't bother. We'll talk to you next week. No. Listen, I know you got a lot going on, but we'd like to talk to you about it because I think it's a great movie, and I think you'll really enjoy it. But you've got a lot of football. You got a lot on your plate.
Really
There's a lot going. We got practically a playoff game tonight, Damien.
Yeah, practically. You look at these numbers, and the loser is in a ton of trouble. So the Cowboys have really struggled on the road. You give them a chance tonight in Detroit?
Absolutely. I think for a couple reasons. Number one, they have an offense that can score with anyone. There's no question about that. Dak Prescott is playing as well as he has at any point in his career, and obviously we've talked about what George Pickens has meant to this offense, and CeeDee Lamb having the game that he had on Thanksgiving, and that offense is humming. But it's more so what the defense has been doing over the last few games since the trade deadline. I know it's been a small sample size, but when we've been talking about the Cowboys, we've basically been saying like the Cowboys defense can become average. The Cowboys team will be dangerous, and I think that's what's happened. We've seen the impact that Quentin Williams has had on the interior to go along with Kenny Clark and, DeMarion Overshown coming back off of that horrific injury and the speed that he's brought. So, going up against this Detroit team that might not have Amon-Ra St. Brown tonight. I don't know what his status is going to be. I don't know how effective he's going to be if he does play, but this Detroit Lions team is in a world of hurt right now.
It's rare that he'll miss a game too, right? So if he misses it, he's definitely feeling it because Amon-Ra St. Brown tries to get on the field no matter what. But the league this year, Wood, as we've gone from week to week, and I know you're each week on Get Up, and you guys are talking about from week to week. It seems like there are always games that you thought, like I'll give you for instance this week, Rams go to Carolina. What the hell happened there? Like that, like it's like how does that happen? But that's been this year. The numbers are great. 12 teams now, 4 games over 500. That's the most since 2000. 20 teams are 500 or better. Is this good? Is parity good, or is parity more like everybody's just sort of meh?
This is absolutely fantastic for the league. I guarantee you, Roger Goodell and company are just they're geeking on Park Avenue right now because of what the league is showing. Because I don't know, I can't remember at any point in the past recently where we've seen so many teams that are still in it right now. There's absolute parity, and this is why, in my opinion, this is the best league in all of sports.
But there's also the quality of the game. Like, is it all these teams are great, or as Alan said, all these teams are meh? Mm-hmm. I get the excitement. Everybody's in it, and these games are going to be phenomenal, and the numbers are through the roof. But has it come at the expense of the quality of these teams and the quality of the games that we're seeing played?
There's not one dominant team. There's not one dominant team this year. There's a lot of, I think, really good teams. But I think the league is, even at the top, there's just a lot of really solid teams at the top. And it's really, truly a week-to-week league. 1 week you're saying the Los Angeles Rams, they go on the road, Carolina, and get beat by Carolina. Mm-hmm. Another week we might be talking about the Seattle Seahawks, and, they go out and lose. It's just every week is something different. And I always say, like, right around Thanksgiving, teams, the cream rise to the top. So I think these teams over the next 5 weeks, they'll start to kind of, the best teams will start separating themselves as we head into the postseason.
Now, let's sit here for a moment, guys, as friends. Just 3-4 gentlemen here, or one gentleman and me, Don, and Alan, and look here. We were looking at it earlier, Damien. It's really hard at this point, maybe than I can ever remember in recent memory, to have a Super Bowl. I know we asked you about this a few weeks ago, but that was before the Rams laid an egg against Carolina. That was before Kansas City went into Dallas and lost. As we sit here right now, gun to your head, who do you put in the Super Bowl?
That is such a tough question. Such a tough question. I would say in the NFC right now, even with the man.
Because the Eagles ain't right.
The Eagles aren't right. Listen. I'm still leaning ever so slightly to the Rams, even with the loss to Carolina. Carolina is an improved team. The great thing about that game last week, the Rams couldn't get the Panthers out of what they want to do. They wanted to run the ball, and then obviously the turnovers by Stafford. But even with all that being said, I can't dismiss what Matthew Stafford has done this entire season. Rams still have a very good defense, one of the best defenses in the league. So I would lean there. But I tell people all the time, don't sleep on the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are legit. Their defense, they might have the best defense in the league. Their defense is top tier. I think the biggest question with them is Sam Darnold in big games, because he has yet to exercise that demon that is the Los Angeles Rams right now. So there's a bevy of teams. Guys, we can't even dismiss the 49ers.
Nope.
The 49ers, with all of their injuries, are sitting here at 9-4. I believe I think their record is 9-4. With all of their injuries, they're sitting there at 9-4. And then when you jump into AFC, the third is even worse. Like, I don't know who's going to come out of the AFC. Like, New England and Denver are vying for the top seeds. But, you could make a case that, do you really believe in either one of those ball clubs when you get to the postseason? I don't know. The Kansas City, Buffalo, if Buffalo gets in, which I think they will, Josh Allen will probably be the best quarterback in the field, because we don't know what we're getting. We don't even know if the Chiefs are even going to make the playoffs, and the Baltimore Ravens are a mess right now. So there's just a lot of intrigue going on.
See what I mean? Like that's what we're talking about. It does feel like parity at times sounds good because everybody's in it, and maybe it leads to a great ending, right? But the ride so far, week to week, has been we can't really figure out who's good, who's not. You're right on the Niners, 9-4. And there's another team, by the way, that I got my eyes on in the NFC, Wood, and that's a team that got out of the gate hot, then got hurt, and is now getting healthy again. That's the Bucs. So do you feel like when we're looking at different teams, are the Bucs a type of team with Mike Evans now all of a sudden the window's open for him to try to come back from that the clavicle injury? They got Godwin back.
You feel good about Baker in a big spot. He's shown that over the last couple of years.
I that's a team to me that could be sneaky getting healthy at the right time. Could they?
They absolutely could. I mean, because they have the firepower to do it, and their defense is pretty good as well. Listen, getting Mike Evans back is going to be huge. Yeah. I think it's really affected Baker, over the past few weeks. Baker hasn't played as well as what he was playing earlier in the season when a lot of people were thinking he was going to be an MVP candidate. So getting those guys all back healthy. And listen, the Carolina Panthers is on their behind right now. So I think they're only a game up on the Carolina Panthers.
Correct.
So that division is still wide open, by the way.
And by the way, we just spent all this time talking, and pardon my disrespect if I missed it. Did we mention the Packers at all, really?
Honestly, who might be? You could make the case the Packers might be the best team in the NFC, by the way. Jordan Love is playing outstanding. The receivers, now they're starting to catch the ball, and they got one of the best defenses in the league. So, listen, the Packers, and the great thing, we have a great slate of games, by the way, this weekend. It seems like everybody's playing everybody. All the divisional opponents, they're all playing everybody. So I think we're going to get a bigger sense of how this thing is going to shake out after this weekend.
If Mike Tomlin becomes available, and that's obviously a big if, would you go after him if you're the Giants?
Absolutely. I've said for some time now, I feel like Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers have run their course. Mike Tomlin is still one of the best coaches in this game. Mike Tomlin is what we call a blue chip coach. If he becomes available, he's automatically at the top because I look at Mike Tomlin as a CEO type of coach that knows how to run or bring legitimacy and knows how to run a team. And so if for some reason he shakes free, if I'm the Giants, that's the first call I'm making. I want Mike Tomlin. And can you imagine the one thing about Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers? What has been plaguing Mike Tomlin over these past few years? The lack of a quarterback.
Yep.
That's it. Now you have a guy in Jaxson Dart with this team. That's exactly what you want if you're Mike Tomlin.
Now,
young quarterback.
Let me throw this out at you, though, because we know that there are jobs that open every year. There's only 2 right now, Tennessee and here. But we know at least 6 are open a year, sometimes 7. I'm going to give you so Tomlin, if he does become the free agent, if they do part ways, he could have some better options. And if you're a team that has a coach and you're like, I'm not quite sure with this guy, but I'd love to bring a guy like Tomlin, maybe you fire your guy. So I'm going to give you a scenario. Because your New England Patriots have dominated in a way that we didn't expect in the AFC East. And no one expected it in Western New York. And up in Buffalo right now, while they still are good, this is the year when there's parity and wide open for Josh Allen to finally break through and win a Super Bowl or get to the Super Bowl. If they don't and fall short, does Sean McDermott's job now have to be on the line? And if a guy like Tomlin's available, do you have to say, I'd rather take my chances, make a change, and bring in a guy like that because you have Josh Allen in his prime. You've got to figure out a way to get through.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I picked the Buffalo Bills to get to the Super Bowl this year before the season started, all because it just seemed like everything lined up. It seemed like Buffalo pushed all their chips in with some of the moves that they made in the offseason leading into this year. And for the Buffalo Bills, if they don't find themselves anywhere close to the Super Bowl, we got to have a serious discussion about Sean McDermott because it seemed like every week Josh Allen has to put on his cape in order for this team to win.
Yep.
How was that possible? How was that possible? I said it weeks ago that the Buffalo Bills, they've dominated the AFC East for like 6 years and have nothing to show for it. And now the New England Patriots are back. That's an indictment on the organization. That's an indictment on everybody that's associated with Josh Allen and that organization. So if they don't make anything close to the Super Bowl, yes, there needs to be a serious discussion about Sean McDermott and the head coach position in Buffalo.
So tonight it won't happen because you're going to watch the game. So when are you going to watch Napoleon Dynamite? And what? And
we need hard answers.
And what? How should we react to you not watching it again next week?
Yeah.
We're not even having this discussion. I'm telling you what, Don. I'm going to watch it Saturday evening. I'm watching it with the wife, and we will have a thorough discussion next Thursday about this whole thing.
Cannot wait.
This is great.
Because we were all really collectively very disappointed.
I can confirm.
I can tell.
We talked about it in the meeting.
The whole mood just dropped.
Yeah.
And you guys were like,
I got to be honest. I fought through today, but we'll be okay. Listen, enjoy the weekend, and we will talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good. Look forward to the Napoleon Dynamite conversation.
We may be the only ones, but I want to see this through. That's the Damien Woody Report, and it's brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. We've got time for some calls at 1-800-919-3776, and, of course, ENN at 6. Take you up till 6:30, then it's Rangers hockey on ESPN New York.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just 1 day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds. Starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Spiked Aid, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
The ESPN New York Holiday Party is back. Both the Michael K. Show and we are bringing the holiday cheer at your mother's house in Garden City Park, Long Island on Friday, December 12th. We're once again collecting unwrapped toy donations this year to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation. It all kicks off at 1 p.m. on Friday, December 12th at your mother's house, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, Security Dodge, and Spiked Aid, made for big city social stamina.
Now, it should be noted, Steve Cropper, who I'm not going to lie, I only knew his name, because there's a Stax documentary, and I haven't seen it, and that's my fault. Steve Cropper, who passed away today, 83, Don, he not only played on Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, He co-wrote it
Okay.
with Otis
That's
Redding.
not nothing.
You know, not nothing.
Yeah.
You could retire. If you hit one symbol on sitting on the dock of the bay, retire. I mean, you can't. It's as classic as there gets. This guy's career was insane.
It's amazing, though. Doesn't it show you too? We know in the history of music the big names that have done big things, obviously, and then there's like some others that have been like one or two hit wonders that you remember for whatever reason. There's so many people like this that have been in the background forever, but yet were vital to so many songs that we just don't know.
How about this? At this time in the 60s, Cropper's fame was not limited to the United States. The Beatles favored Cropper's playing and his production on Otis Redding's records. Lennon and McCartney made tentative plans to record in Memphis to work alongside him. However, Brian Epstein canceled the session, citing security problems.
Wow.
What? I mean,
he was in Memphis.
Yeah. He moved to Los Angeles in 1975, reformed Booker T and the MGs.
Did he ever work with Elvis?
Did he ever? He worked with Weird Al Yankovic, if that helps you.
Okay. Well, that's the same. It's pretty much...
No Elvis, actually.
Wow. Okay.
Rolling Stone ranked him the 38th greatest guitarist of all time.
Top 40. It's pretty good.
It's not bad. I mean, a lot of people play guitar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a lie.
A few.
Yeah, a few have played it.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of here, go ahead and get the drop ready. I'll just get you ready here, Jacob. But today, Syph and I recorded an episode of One Ep because next Wednesday, Syph and I are hosting at SOB's right near the venue. By the way, if you guys want to go on a field trip to see a Mount Rushmore rapper, artist, human, Rakim is performing at SOB's. So we had him on the podcast today I spent about 2 hours talking to Rakim today. It's like, Don, I don't even know, because I know you know hip-hop, the things that you know. But I don't know how. Alan, try to even give a comp for in the music that Don loves and appreciates, getting to chat long form with Rakim. I mean, I don't want to like overstate it, but I don't know that you can. Like,
would Don Henley be the wrong name?
Way bigger than Don Henley, because it's
so?
like
for what you said, for what Don likes.
Yeah, but is Don Henley by anyone regarded as the best?
Well, that's a fair point. Okay, but I'm thinking of in Don's genre.
Like, is this Rakim is a person who
he's the best
walking,
what?
Oh, he's one of the best lyricists. He's one of the best rappers.
He changed rap.
Flow.
It literally changed the way that he rapped. It's like rap was a certain thing until 1986, and then essentially Rakim, LL Cool J, Run DMC, they sort of changed it. But he specifically changed it. I'll put it this way. If Eminem or Jay-Z or anyone who's a part of it at the highest level were walking down the street and saw him, they're crossing the street to bow to him. As Alan holds up his Don't Sweat the Technique CD. I asked him that. I said, has that song gotten bigger constantly over 30 years? And he said, yes. That was not one of his biggest records, but the commercial usage of Don't Sweat the Technique, it playing at every basketball game, it's just made it bigger and bigger as the years have gone on.
So, I mean, I don't know if it's relevant to like reference, but are we talking like Eddie Van Halen, because he was always considered one of the great guitar players? So would it be that level?
Yeah,
or a little less than that. I don't know.
No,
if Eddie
not less.
Innovated.
I'm
saying Eddie being less.
Eddie being less. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is going to sound crazy.
I'm just trying to think of somebody like going vocal, because that's again, it's very similar. Because
to me, it's more apropos to me, and I know this sounds incredibly lofty. It's more like McCartney if we're having a real conversation in rock and roll. If you're having a rock and roll conversation, to me, it's like you're talking McCartney. You're talking about someone foundational who's like forever. Now, granted, the Beatles' body of work is it's even more everlasting.
Yeah, I mean, Rakim in the genre is well known, but I don't know if in music.
But
whereas
I'm talking about
McCartney
in genre.
Music, right?
In genre, that's I think.
But that's the key. Is in genre.
The key to the conversation.
Because when hip hop, when he was at his biggest, rap was a tenth as popular as it is.
That's true.
Now,
no radio play. No, it's all New Jack City and all that stuff. Like that's really where you if anybody outside of the genre, like that's the mainstream of it is New Jack City, and you heard.
No, you mean Juice.
I meant Juice. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'll forgive you. Anyways, it was very cool. And he was talking about how he lives in a random part of he lives nearby, but not in the city anymore. And he was talking about how much he loves it because his favorite place to go is Lowe's, and he can just roll up to Lowe's, and no one knows who he is. And he was like, when I lived in New York, I felt obligated to dress up to go to Lowe's because I have there's an image to uphold with people who know him, and he doesn't want to be bummy in front of those people.
Right, but that's
where he is now,
Lowe's. That's a lot to ask anybody. Lowe's is the perfect place to just roll out of bed with whatever T-shirt you fell asleep
100%.
in.
Yep.
You have to. It's the only way to live.
Yeah.
If you have to dress up to go to Lowe's, you have to move.
Well, just if you got a shower to go to Lowe's. There's some place I'm not showering until after I go to Lowe's, right?
That's, by the way, tough. That's a tough gig for the people who work there because it's a non-showered environment. People are just rolling up.
Well, just
you're showing up there in the middle of something though most of the time, right? I got to get something.
Yeah.
You're just showing up.
I'm not getting ready. There's certain places you're not getting ready to go to, right? You're not getting ready to go to Lowe's or Home Depot.
No, a lot of times, like I said, you're showing up probably with dirt on or with with dust on.
Well,
dust and dirt,
both.
ENN. It's coming up next here on Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Gotham City football is coming. Be at MetLife Stadium for Week 14 as the New York Jets face the Miami Dolphins for the team's first ever rivalries game on Sunday, December 7th at 1 p.m., presented by Avery Dennison. Fans in attendance will receive a Rivalries rally towel while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. Get home safe and quick. We've got the Nets home tonight at the Barclays in Brooklyn, and we went from bad to worse on the eastbound BQE. Still have this broken down tractor trailer in the left lane by Atlantic Avenue. Second large wrecker on the scene, now taking out the right lane. Traffic is squeezing by on the shoulder, pretty much at a standstill on the inbound Gowanus from the Belt Merge. Still working on this crash on the LIE westbound right before Casino Boulevard. Bumper-to-bumper ride heading into Queens. You're backed up into Nassau County. Islanders home at the UBS Arena. Some heavy slowdowns on the Cross Islands southbound, heading over to Hempstead Turnpike from right after the Throgs Neck Bridge. All of your approaches, the outbound George, pretty bad, aside from the southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, crawling from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln Arena 20 to 30. Outbound Helena 30 to 40-minute ride. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Peter Rosenberg.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
Sure.
Good. There's a great debate happening in the comments on our YouTube page.
Okay.
That I just, if you don't mind, because Jake and I just.
I'd like you to bring it to the table.
It just, I don't know how it came up. As we're talking about Lowe's, then you're talking about like spackle on paint pants and that you show up dirty and all that stuff. Then it became like plumbers and then plumbers crack. And then suddenly it was J-Lo or Shakira. Who you taking?
I don't understand.
Somehow it all turned to that, and then it became a debate.
See,
so
that's
I'm putting it on the table.
Process.
J-Lo or Shakira?
Hips don't lie, Shakira.
See, Jake's in.
Yeah.
I'm with Jake.
You're going Shakira over J-Lo?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I think I'm there. Because there's just more going on.
That's an abomination.
Are you
one
serious?
Of the worst. Oh, I think it's one of the worst takes I've ever heard, honestly. I really do. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think that's I think it's a really bad take. I think I could break it down for you to a science, but we don't live in an era anymore where I think that's the right thing to do. But
what are you talking about? We're a media company.
Shakira's never called him a handsome man before.
No, that's a fair point.
Yeah,
fair
I
point.
think there was bias.
See, that's why. There it is.
No, it's just called eyes. I just have working.
I think Jacob makes the
eyes.
point that because of the dancing part.
Shakira can dance, man.
J-Lo, J-Lo was a dancer.
I understand that. I didn't say she was
a fly girl. That's a fly girl to you.
Yeah, it was a fly girl. I watched.
But she's doing more down there than most.
I'm sorry, who? Shakira?
Let that stay in the. Let that just linger. Let that just stay right there.
Some
Say
play
good evening to
rhythm
Don.
guitar, and some have solos, and she's soloing. She's the lead guitar player.
I feel very so. And Alan, you're with Don on this. I am 100%
Shakira.
Yeah, I think you're alone on this, Peter.
It can't be that outlandish. What are they saying on the chat?
I'm shocked.
No, it's Shakira by a mile on the chat, but we all agree that you don't lose either way. Right?
No,
you're not losing.
I guess my only rebuttal, as I said to Alan while we were in break, we're in New York. I can find plenty of J-Lo somewhere in the city. You telling me I can find another Shakira? How many Shakiras are walking around?
So Jake's
by the way, do me a favor,
Jenny
Jacob.
on the block's all over the place.
Yeah, do me a favor. Find one and bring it to the station. Okay, everyone says that. You can find people named Jenny, and they might be from the Bronx. I assure you, they're not all Jennifer Lopez. That's the most overrated statement of all time. Oh, find them anywhere, Jacob. I'll be waiting on Monday.
Okay,
you know what? I'll stand outside the radio station, going. I can't wait for J-Lo to show up with Jacob, and then I want to get into it. Full breakdown. So
and
sick
then,
of this
and
tape.
the awkwardness of having to tell her, nah.
Got to be honest. He tried. He failed.
No,
I just was never. I guess I also just never paid that much attention to Shakira.
Well,
you should.
You don't share something in common with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but he said it routinely on these airwaves.
We know. You don't even have to say it.
Right.
But,
so you're
hold
not
on,
at
Alan,
that level.
Alan, has someone? Did you miss the memo on J-Lo?
No,
Shakira, great halftime show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God bless.
Wow!
Is that where it came from?
Pull.
Wow!
Good pull. That's a good pull, not a strange pull.
I did not remember that.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Can we get that one more time? Wow.
Shakira.
Good.
Great halftime show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. God bless.
Got him.
So that's where the drop came from?
I had no idea.
God, I forgot where it came from.
Let me start off by saying good evening to Don.
Who smokes pot with confetti?
And to Don.
That's Anthony Pusick, damn it.
And to Don.
Say his name!
And to Don.
Game time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
You do know I
And
punted
to my-
midway through that.
That was so good, though.
And to myself. That's why you're only seeing basically me and his crotch.
Yeah, I didn't think about that at the time, but
Out
that
of
was
context,
me neither.
though.
That's the thing about a drop. You sometimes just miss it. Good evening to Alan.
Very artistic crotch. Wow.
Oh, the big yes, follow-up. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Well, listen, things happen every day during this program.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
Things are happening, man. Right? Things are happening here.
Things are happening in Kansas City. I don't know if the right things are happening. And Andy Reid was asked about the reality of his football team right now.
Yeah, that we're very close. So we just got to take care of business. Whatever I say here or whatever I say, it's what you do. I mean, that's where you're at. So you gotta do it and fix the issues there because we're very close.
All right. We know his resume. If we didn't know his resume, you can make the case those were the ramblings of a madman.
Yeah, he was using the commercial voice with the Nuggies.
Yeah, he almost
had that
said
voice
Nuggies.
going.
Oh no! That. By the way, he sounded like his look's sake, Wilford Brimley right there.
Oh wow!
Don, you didn't hear Brimley?
I heard a little diabetes.
If you just said diabetes,
yeah. Yes.
You're telling me that wasn't Brimley?
So when Brimley did it, he was 46.
Right.
Well, that's the crazy part.
The firm, the pretty wife, yeah.
Little diabetes.
So, speaking of teams that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, Jalen Carter will be out for the Eagles Monday night against the Chargers.
That's not
Had
nothing.
a procedure this past Monday on both of his shoulders.
Both shoulders.
According to Shefty, not what you want. And now he's undergoing treatment, and it'll be week to week. He wants to be close to 100% as possible for the playoffs. Now,
the playoffs are big.
You think?
Yeah.
This is why people tune in, by the way, to get stuff like this.
Yeah.
Oh, great news, guys. J.J. McCarthy has cleared a concussion protocol, and he's back for the Vikings ahead of their clash Sunday against who? The Washington Commanders.
Cool, man.
Well, hold on. I have something that could go one level above cool, man.
But wait, there's more.
Jaden, full participant today, trending towards starting on Sunday. Yay! By the way, can I just say that's the spot I was looking for. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm good with this. I'm good with this. Give me Minnesota. This is I'll take this comeback spot for Jaden. I like this spot.
All right, enough to put a 3 spot on it?
Well, they are getting short. It's a short line. Minnesota is a 2.5-point favorite. Which to me, when I read that, given how bad Minnesota is,
down to 1.5.
Ooh,
1.5.
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
Come on, right now, make it.
Show me something.
Three.
Come on, drop it on the table.
Come on, show me something.
I will not get bullied. I already jumped into tonight's action. I have the Cowboys for a 2-pointer against Allen's 2-pointer in Detroit.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. I thought about it, and I will continue to think about it. I don't hate this
Got
spot.
till tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, there's tomorrow. Sleep on it. Things can happen.
Just so you know,
Yeah, they
ESPN
said
Analytics
trending.
has it at 50.4% in favor of the Commanders.
Ooh.
49.2 for Minnesota. So it's right there. It's a pick.
Right there. It's
right
a coin
there.
flip.
By the way, who did Minnesota start this past weekend?
It was the guy.
Sam
Last
Bradford?
name began with a B,
I don't know.
but it wasn't Bradford. It was
No.
Sam Bradford.
it was like
That can't
David
be.
Borealis or something like that.
No, you can't. Hold on.
David Borealis is a
I'm
great poll. That's
no,
a poll.
it wasn't a great poll.
It was a strange poll.
It was Max Brosmer.
Sure.
Now, if you're wondering about
You familiar with the work of David Blow?
What was
You guys
the
wanna
text thread
hear-
earlier this week with
Hold on.
David Blow?
He is moving up. He's on the Commanders. He's replacing the quarterbacks coach for the Commanders, who's leaving for a college job. So he's going to be coaching. David Blow is going to be coaching Jaden Daniels.
What a name. My goodness.
It's Blau, but still.
It is
now,
Blau, but you know what? He's
No,
had
it's
to change
not.
it.
No, don't let that get in the way. Now, if you had not, because I hadn't, I'm going to be honest, guys. As I live and breathe on December 4th. Oh, it's Jay-Z's birthday. As I live and breathe, I looked at the Vikings-Seahawks box score for the first time just now. And I'm going to give you some interesting stats.
Okay.
Sam Darnold was 14 of 26 for 128 yards and no touchdowns. No picks, though, so there's that. He was up against the great Max Brosmer, or Brosmer, we're not sure,
He doesn't know either.
who was 19 of 30, 126, 0 touchdowns. And tell me how many times you've heard this. 0 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. That's guys, that's not an everyday bad line. That's special rarefied.
That's really
bad stuff.
that's in that territory of, you know what, I might be able to do that.
Yeah, I think I could come close to that.
I mean, the 19 completions, I don't. Yeah, but I think I
Well,
can go
but
up
hold
there
on,
and throw
Don.
4 picks.
You got to dive further into the 19 completions.
Okay.
The 19 completions for 126 yards were good for an average of 4.2 yards. You're telling me I'm not capable of, at least on a few plays, I take the snap, just give me enough to turn to the left and throw a screen and see if it leads to a few yards?
I mean, obviously, with that kind of average, he had to throw at least like 8 screens.
Oh, yeah. It was all yak.
That's a Max Brosmer. Anyone know any other information, by the way?
No. I remember seeing that he was starting, and I'm like, oh, God. Seahawks
There
are gonna
was a
kill him.
29-yard completion.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that was in the air or not.
Undrafted out of Minnesota, I believe.
Oh, Minnesota.
He's from Minnesota. And he plays for Minnesota.
Played at, but
he's born in Iowa, I think.
No, yeah, he's from Davenport,
Charger.
Iowa.
Okay.
But he was a Golden Gopher.
Only for a year. He was in New Hampshire, which I'm pretty sure is FCS still.
By the way, I would take this
That's a
guy.
New Hampshire cat, huh?
I'll take this guy as a guest on the show tomorrow. How do you get to start in the league? That's awesome.
Oh, actually, yeah, he's a UNH guy.
Yeah, he was an FCS guy up until, I guess, PJ Fleck needed him in Minnesota for 2024.
See if Zach ever went to any classes with him.
Well, because they have a head coach that thinks he's the MacGyver of quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't been working out that way right now.
No, not this year. It looked good for a minute.
Now not as good.
Another
So,
example,
anyways,
he's good with quarterbacks, but can he coach?
Well, that's the question, right? We kept having that conversation about the Giants. All right, now staying in the NFL and with injuries, L.A. Charger quarterback Justin Herbert had surgery on his fractured left hand. He didn't practice on Wednesday, but said he is preparing to play Monday night against the Eagles. Imagine, guys, if I had surgery on my hand yesterday, I don't know if I'd be up for a trip to Chipotle by Monday. He's going to attempt to play the world champions.
But it's not his throwing hand. But you do have to take snaps.
You do, but the hands matter there.
I am holding back right now. Just
what do you mean?
Get to the next story.
Wow. Well, no, I'm interested to hear what
you know him. He's a child, and he's hearing all
I'm a child. There's going to be a DiPietro text coming any minute now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just...
Yeah. It's not
just come on. We're almost at the finish line, and I think I've been good today.
I'm actually surprised that my phone doesn't have a text from Rick at this point.
Right. He must be coaching right now.
All right, you guys want to hear Mike Sullivan's thoughts on what's happening with the Olympic ice?
Oh, dear God. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's not great. Here's Mike Sullivan. Any thoughts on the rink in Milan supposedly being small?
I don't know that I have any. I hope that's not the case. I think the NHL rink is too small as it is. When you think in terms of the evolution of the game and the evolution of people, we're playing on the same size ice surface that the players were playing in the 50s. The guys playing today are bigger, stronger, and faster than they've ever been. By nature of that, the playing surface gets smaller, even though physically it hasn't changed. The playing surface gets smaller every single year.
He's not wrong. I think about that with basketball.
I agree.
Right, these dimensions were not meant for 7-footers,
Mm-hmm.
but we make it work. So what they're talking about is it sounds like they're going to come about 3 feet short.
That's just unacceptable, Don.
And
come on.
I know it's unacceptable, but
It's
what are
close,
you going
though,
to do? Listen,
3 feet
I would
short
love
in length, right? Length.
I would have no problem with them not going. You know how I feel about it. If it's in North America, I'm all for it. But, watching games at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't know what it does for the sport, and you're shutting it down for, 16, 18 days.
Right.
Whatever.
You couldn't have the teams just play somewhere else? Play somewhere else.
Well,
why does it have to be there?
See, that's a good point because where was the Summer Olympics last?
They had an Olympics in Italy. In what was it?
Rick's Olympics, right?
Yeah, it was Rico's Olympics, right?
Well, that was 06.
Okay,
in Turin.
Turin, right? So
yeah,
is it still there? Did they burn the building down?
I don't know what they do. No, but here's what
they
I'm
ripped
thinking.
the ice up.
Where was the last Summer Olympics? Because I don't, care about the Summer Olympics. So wherever it was,
okay,
they did surfing, and they did it like in Fiji.
Yeah,
that's my. They didn't even do it in the same country.
Thank you.
Right. So I guess could you just all right? You know what? Well, hey,
it was Paris, right? Wasn't it Paris?
Right, and, but look it up. Look it up, Anthony. I think
you're right.
It went to Fiji to do because France didn't have the right surf to do it.
Colin Jost was over there.
That's why I remember it because he
Then he got sick.
So why can't they? Why can't
so
they?
Go find arenas? How about this? How about that? Find available arenas here in North America and play it and say it's the Olympics.
Be even better. But no, seriously, because if it has to be, because for whatever why can't you just say, look, you guys are incompetent. There is a rink that we've used before. It's at least in the same country. We're going to go there. Now, because they sold tickets already and all that stuff, listen, it's not my problem. You didn't have the rink ready.
But again, I'm fine, and I'm kicking myself for not bringing it up with Daly. Because I really was thinking this is going to happen. But if you don't go, what are they going to do? You can't just all of a sudden start playing games in the window because arenas are booked, right?
Yeah.
They know that you weren't going to be home. So is the Garden going to be available? So what, are you just going to not have hockey for 16 days and there's nothing going on?
Oh, you could do it. Teams are already set. It's all that stuff. You. By the way, there's not much time left, but you do at least have 3 months.
No, what's going to happen is they're going to play.
Reschedule.
And there's not, and like he said, the fan experience might suffer. Because where they're going to have to come up short are probably like seats or different things with the concourse. Just make sure that the surface is done. And if it means that there's going to be certain like suites that aren't there, you got to play that. You just got to. And again, this is not on the NHL. It's again the IOC, and it's all just the money grab that the Olympics are every year.
Well, Peter has to go with Rakim back to Lowe's and get some tools and just go build some bleachers.
Now, this is an interesting take by you. Having Rakim fix up what's going on at the Olympics.
He could do it.
The man made Eric be his president. He could do anything. Kidding me?
How old is he now?
I think he's 57.
Somewhere in that, yeah.
That's what's amazing is that these are accomplished people that are our age, basically. Because it's still a relatively new genre, right? Mm-hmm. Talk about rock and roll, you got to go back to even the Beatles. You're going back to the early 60s, rock and roll, mid-50s. But hip-hop, basically, you were saying the 80s. Yeah, that's kind of how old you would be, right?
Right.
So well, he was 17 when he was making those first records that changed the world.
That's why I keep thinking, like even the person that passed away today, 83,
Steve Cropper.
Yeah. So sitting on the dock of the bay was what, 61?
Yeah, dude.
It holds up to today.
He's 20 years old.
You play it right now, people will like it.
Like all these guys are playing music that will last forever, and they're doing it in their like teenage years, their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
It's so.
Well, how about that? Hold on. Sitting on the dock of the bay. Was it 61?
I don't know. I just threw out I'm guessing. I know it had to be.
Here you go.
60s.
I got the release date for you. 68. It was released in 68.
Okay, so
January 8th, 68.
So if he was 83, so minus 57. So how old was he?
Hold on. You know what's insane? Maybe you already knew this.
So he's what, 26 years old? Writing one of the greatest songs, involved in one of the greatest songs of all time.
But how about this? You know, Otis Redding died at 26 years old.
Another incredible thought.
Right.
And he recorded the record months before his death. And then the song came out. I'm just reading this right now on Wikipedia, so if I'm
he never knew the success.
He didn't even know he made one of the greatest songs of all time.
But that's
insane.
Because,
right. That's
we all have accomplished whatever we've accomplished in this business. But I think back, like 20. What was I doing at 26? Like overnight updates on the Fan, working at Sports Phone. Like
you're
guys
late, Donnie.
No, but everybody's got their own timetable or whatever. But
right.
just to know that you could, at that young of an age, do something that significant. And I've always wanted to ask artists this. Like, so 50 years later, you're performing. You're obviously way better than you were then because you're so accomplished. Like, do you look – because all the stuff that we look back at when we first did, if I listened to my first show I did, it'd be cringeworthy for me, right? Like, how much I've improved since then. Mm-hmm. Like, how do they feel that at 26 he's playing on sitting on the dock of the bed? Does he cringe at his guitar like 40 years later and how much better he is at performing?
No, I don't.
So, you know what I'm saying?
There's two different things. There's being better at the craft, but there's striking gold. And people generally strike gold early on.
Yeah, but
that's just generally how it goes.
Yeah, but people that don't have the ear could listen to my show from 30 years ago and say, you sound fine, but I know how much better I am. Like, does he look at it that way? Like, we think the song's brilliant and his guitar playing is brilliant, but would he look back at it and go, oh, my God,
but don't you think artists like athletes, sometimes there's a younger prime and you can never be as good as you, like, think about some athletes that were just out of the gate insane, and then as you got older, just couldn't really replicate it for whatever reason.
That's the thing. That's what makes it a lot more like athleticism than you think about, is that when you're young, you play constantly. Same with DJs. Like, I can go DJ a party next week, and if I prepare for it, I could do a pretty good job. I won't be as good as when I was DJing 4 nights a week in college.
Of course.
I was out every night.
But
it's not unlike that. So I do think there's when they've been playing every day since they're 14. Don, what you're suggesting is that they're not only virtuosos, but then they continue to just work and work. A lot of them, once you hit the peak, though, you don't get to work as much. You're making albums. Yep. You're doing promo. Yep. You may never get much better.
Well, you don't think like Paul McCartney at 55 was a better guitar player than he was when he was 21 years old?
I don't know if you could say that.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got to ask him. Anthony,
let's have him on.
Can you get McCartney tomorrow?
We could do it. We can get him on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not a
that'll
do it. You try to get him for like 3:35 or something.
Yeah, we're busy tomorrow, but squeeze him in.
Cup. Be great.
That'll do it for ENN on this Thursday, December 4th.
You guys are the best. That was a great ENN. That was a lot of fun. And we're going to do this again tomorrow.
Sure,
we've got a big show tomorrow. We got Fraud Alert Friday tomorrow. We've got picks. I mean, it's all coming together.
Oh, tonight's big. Let's go, Cowboys!
The chat tonight is going to be
How about
live.
them Cowboys?
Peter is screaming, "How about them Cowboys?" Do I still
If
have
we
20
win,
seconds?
I'm
I don't
tied.
even know my clock's right.
He's saying we. Now he's saying
we. My team.
What are you,
my
French?
squad.
Fraud. We might have to call him to the carpet tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right
let's
into
do
court.
that. At
Drag him
3
in.
o'clock tomorrow. Rangers hockey's coming up next right here on ESPN New York.
This is